Welcome everybody for session number 8 of the Hoard of the Dragon Queen. Basically, actually, I think Kravik, you wanna kind of catch everybody up, and I can kind of touch a few memories a little blank.
Absolutely. So we engage with some rapscallions inside the inn, but while many in the party are distracted, our golden stag friend is moided and skinned. With the golden stag dead and fleeing from the caravan, the group runs into Langdrosa, the half-dragon, who had been chasing them down. With him defeated, they took off on their own, ahead of the caravan, burning a bridge on their way to slow them down. They have made their way through Dragonspear and await on the northern side, where they camped for the night. They awaken to Fife, the bard, missing. It appears she left them in the night. They are headed up to Waterdeep. Next stop, Daggerford. But the road stretches north and an encroaching forest ahead of them. What adventures await them? Perhaps 2 more shapeshifters? Who knows? Who can say?
Could be.
So, let's also just as a group remind ourselves what was our goal was, I think, to try to beat them to the warehouse or something.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm. There's
our only goal right now, or
a warehouse, a flying castle that we will need to get more information on, and we know that they are trying to resurrect the dragon with 5 heads, Tiamat, right?
He's like one of the most famous dragons in D&D history.
Tiamat.
About him. Yes.
And so once we get to Waterdeep, I'm also going to try to do a little more research and figure out if there are other parts of the resurrection that we can maybe throw a wrench into.
Guys, have we thought about maybe just letting them revive Tiamat? And I think we could take him.
That's interesting. That's interesting strategy.
I think we spanked Langdrosa, so...
Yeah.
I mean, feeling pretty good.
Feeling real cocky now.
Langdrosa had 1 head, so Tiamat is just 5 Langdrosas. And we could take that. That's nothing.
I just have to roll nat 20s.
All right, so you guys had camped out right in front of Dragonspear, so it's right behind you. The guards up on the towers have kind of been watching, and suspiciously, they wouldn't let you really poke around in Dragonspear very much. It kind of pushed you on through. Up ahead of you with the road going to the north, which this road's considered Trade Way. It's a very popular road for commerce and things from Baldur's Gate to Waterdeep and vice versa. But up ahead of you looms a forest, a dark forest ahead, kind of encroaching up on the road ahead, several miles down the road. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but we have 3 horses, right?
I think
Well,
Hamlin has 2, I think.
I rarely travel without 2 horses, but I don't think I actually got the 2 horses out of the burning building.
Yeah, and I believe...
Well, I know that I was sharing a horse with Fife, but she's gone now.
Right. And Tronic and Balasar were on the same horse. At least
is that right?
Oh my
God,
at
least at that point they were. Is that not right?
No, I think after we killed Langdrosa, we booked
everybody got a horse?
No, I don't think everybody got. I don't think I was on a horse. I know you guys had a horse. Either way, we only have 3 horses.
Yeah, 3 horses, so we're kind of some riding together kind of situation here. I wanted to check for the travel time.
That's going to slow us down a little bit.
Obviously we can double up though. Like
sure.
Each of the.
For Kravik, Kravik and Hamlin are like 1 person weight, so
right.
We can share a horse.
That's what I was thinking. Hamlin and Kravik between the 2. That's like 1 person. All right, so
wait, for what it's worth, how does everyone feel about at least traveling under the guise of looking like I'm still a gem merchant and you guys are my guards?
That works, so long as we make haste. We really want to beat.
We want
to caravan.
We want to make haste, but just I have a sneaking suspicion we'll encounter somebody along the trail again.
Now,
so.
it's worth mentioning, because I've not been told differently, then Balasar, at the very least, is wearing a tattered robe, as if he's part of the dragon cult. Does you guys want to continue looking like that, or not?
Well, yeah, kind of what I'm saying is, given that it's been however much time, I think by now we would have done what was in our power to kind of look like a traveling merchant or something, not inconspicuous. My main thinking is that the caravan's going to be asking questions, about conspicuous characters coming this way. We want to look like as unmemorable as possible.
Gotcha.
This is cool.
Okay. And are you guys just going to travel straight up the road? How do you want to approach the travel?
That works for me. We got to go as quickly as possible.
Okay, so we're going to move through some of this. There's no reason to tread through every little detail of the travel. But we'll hit, anytime something happens, right? We'll stop there. If you guys want to do something as I'm describing, just interrupt me, right? So your group starts traveling north, and you're traveling up the tradeway. Through the first day, this day of travel, not a lot happens. However, you do start noticing as the day starts wearing thin that there are some clouds beginning to push their way towards you. Eventually, the dark clouds cover the evening sky, causing the land to blanket in darkness. There's a large crack and a boom of thunder and a flash of lightning, and then sheets of thick rain begins falling from the heavens. Just up ahead, it's very dark now, but you can make out a small cottage with a flickering light inside visible from an unshuttered window.
Wait, say that one more time. Sorry, I missed that. You were breaking up.
It was
heavy storm, lightning, rain,
We're in
just
a storm.
sheets of rain. The horses begin to slow through the mud on this dirt road, and up ahead you see a cottage with a flickering light through an unshuttered window.
Is the storm unbearable to the point where we feel like we need to take refuge?
You're soaking wet, and like I said, it's just muddy. I mean, the hooves of the horses are beginning to sink into the mud, 6 inches to a foot. So it's definitely going to slow you way down.
Yeah.
So could continue,
So
whatever you want to do.
It's going to slow us down, but it's going to slow the caravan down to almost probably a halt. So it probably isn't the worst thing in the world to take refuge if we wanted to. We run the risk of breaking a horse's leg or something.
Yeah, I guess we should approach this cottage, even though there's definitely an evil witch that lives there.
Yeah, but
There's always a evil witch.
I'm very interested in evil witch loot, so
Yeah, you guys are deep in the Trobark forest at this point. So all of you how do you want to do this? You want to approach a cottage? What do you want to do?
Yeah, we should stop and take refuge for the night. The horses can't move much further.
describe the cottage. Is it just a single room, or is it got a barn or anything like that?
So as you get closer to it, you do notice that there is the cottage is small, very small. It's made out of some stone, a little bit of woodwork. You can see a chimney, but the chimney's there's no smoke coming out at this time. There's some candlelight on the inside kind of flickering through that window you can see. And behind of it, though, it's covered in a lot of brush and vine and trees, but you can just barely make out that there is a large building, a barn or something of that nature behind it.
And what's the hour?
It's really evening. It's just so dark because the sky is covered in dark clouds. It's roughly 6 p.m.
Gotcha. Well, we could always.
So we should knock.
Yeah, I mean, we could just rely on the hospitality of strangers.
Only if you say the word 5 times fast.
I was falling out of my chair while I was saying that, but you guys didn't have to know that, so.
All right, so how are you guys going to approach, or who's going to knock, or?
Let's send.
Let's
I'm not
send
very
Lenora.
charming, so
Lenora is the only human of the bunch, right?
Yes.
So she should probably be doing the knocking.
All right, so Lenora is going to knock. Give me 1 second. Let me open her thing because we're going to need it at some point. We don't even have her opened right now. There we go. Okay.
why would we need her character thing open if we're just gonna have a nice night?
No, we don't need it yet. We don't need it yet, but I just realized she's not even showing.
Just at some point.
At some point. So
Just wanna look
Lenora...
at First knocking strength.
She's like, let me just check her AC real quick.
So Lenora does. She walks up to the door. She knocks on it, and the door creaks open, kind of cautiously. And two faces are peering out: a man and a woman. Both look middle-aged, and they're peering out. They see all of you kind of gathered there and your horses, and finally the man says, "What can we help you with?"
Wait, first, what is middle age in Dungeons and Dragons? Because
That's a good point. Probably about 24, but they probably look like they're 40.
So they're human, though.
Yeah, they're both human.
Okay.
Does someone want to speak for Lenora?
Go for it.
Good evening. So sorry to trouble you. We are weary travelers attempting to find refuge from this terrible storm. We wish to not be an inconvenience and would happily get out of your hair at the earliest convenience. But if we could rent a room or hang out in your barn or whatever, we would be most graciously obliged.
Sure. Awful storm. Come in. Get out of the wet weather. We've got food. We got plenty. We take care of ourselves out here, so we've got plenty. No need for money. And they open the door wide, and you see into the room. They got a fireplace crackling. It wasn't candles after all. It was from the fireplace. But you didn't notice smoke coming out of the top. But there is obviously a nice warm fire on the inside. And they have a table in the center, and they have one small cot for a bed. But everything's upkept and clean, and the door's wide open for you.
So that is going to be a very small bed for all six of us.
You ever see Charlie in the Chocolate Factory or Willy Wonka?
I believe we're only 5 now, so we'll be just fine.
Well, there's 2 of them, so we're 7.
Oh, okay, including them we're talking about?
Well,
I assume they had in a bedroom somewhere else.
we can make them sleep on the ground.
So the woman notices that you're kind of looking around the small cottage, and she says, I know it's not very big, but I have plenty of furs and things I can lay out for everyone. We can move the table out of the way. We can make everybody comfortable.
Oh,
Oh, much obliged.
fantastic.
That's so sweet. Let's get
Very
inside
kind.
and out of this rain.
I ask them if they do any trading out here.
The man answers, "No, we live off the land. We're actually from Daggerford. We moved down here to get away from all city life and just live off the land."
Wow, how inspiring. I think
What a deep dream, isn't it?
You should roll deception on that. The way you said it.
Well, I mean, surely you must trade with travelers that pass through to, supplement your goods and things like that.
We're quite afraid of most of the travelers we've seen of late. There's been a very rambunctious bunch traveling north. We don't see as many travelers in small groups as we used to years ago.
Interesting. Tell us more. What are these travelers like? Is there anything recognizable about them?
We always just kind of are afraid of them. They seem like they're up to no good. They're loud. So we usually just shut her up and lock the cottage down and just pray that they pass.
Yes, we had a run-in with some travelers along the road before, and we kind of know what you feel like. But I'm talking about have you noticed anything like physical about them? Some sort of like dress or garb that they're wearing or something? Or
Before they answer, Nathan, I want to cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay, who are you casting on?
It looks like the fella's doing all the talking, so I'll cast it on him.
Okay. You immediately. By the way, when you mentioned you ran across another group, the woman who she had turned and has a pot cooking something over the fire. When you say that, though, she turns as if interested in that. Her ears kind of perk up. And Krabik, as you cast Detect Thoughts on the man, he is. You can detect that he is thinking about the large building in the back, and it appears as though he's worried that you're going to all want to investigate or go back there, and he doesn't want you to.
So anyways, oh well, I don't know, unless Jarrett sent me a magic message. I don't know that.
Right.
Cast message and let everybody know about that.
And at this, I'm saying, well, anyways, we really want to keep our horses ready for traveling tomorrow. So, if you don't mind, I thought I saw a stable behind this building. Would you mind if we, make our horses comfortable, dry out some of our wares? Because, we're living paycheck to paycheck out here. We need our wares to be ready for the next time we encounter someone who's down to trade. And then we can set up and have a slumber party in here afterwards. But I'd love to get the horses taken care of. Do you mind?
We could arrange that. Sure. Let's eat first and get everyone's stomach full. I'm sure you're hungry from the road. I hear a couple of your bellies growling, so let's eat. And the horses will be fine in the rain for a little bit longer, and then we'll see what we can do. I must warn you, though, the barn in the back is got something very precious to me and my wife in it. So if we do that, then you just have to give me your word that you're not going to do anything that would cause us any harm. We're just commoners trying to survive out here, and what we have in the barn is all we have.
Well, as long as
have our word.
Yeah, as long as it's not a big pile of oats and carrots, I think the horses will be fine. Not messing with your stuff.
Oh, indeed. Definitely not that. And one other thing, if I could just get everyone to give me your word that you won't tell anyone what you find back there as well.
Of course.
Whoa.
Well, my curiosity is piqued.
Our lips are sealed.
Yeah, I'm like Hamlin's character flaw is actually curiosity, so he's like, you know what they say about halflings and their words. They're never broken once given.
Wow, say that more suspiciously, Hamlin.
I give my word. My word is strong as the hand of Torm the True.
All right. Everybody roll me a persuasion. I'm going to see if he believes everybody. All right.
I had a really sturdy head nod.
Does it matter if we're telling the truth? Because my character really does have no intention of telling anybody what's in the barn.
If you were, it would be a deception check, but if you aren't, he still has to be convinced that you're...
Yeah, it's more of a convincing on his part. So, Tronic and Hamlin, he looks at regardingly. He doesn't quite trust Balasar Krabik. However, he doesn't turn away from the words he said before. Instead, he turns around to the woman and asks, he calls her Yunal, and he says, "Yunal, is the food ready?" And she says, "Just a moment, it will be ready soon." He introduces himself. His name is Zerdon, and his wife is Yunal. Zerdon Summerspear. They were wed 15 years ago in Waterdeep, and they relay some information about their life and what they've done over the years, and that he built this place himself, and that kind of thing, while finishing up the food. When she's done, she lays out some wooden bowls and pours a broth with some fresh vegetables and some kind of meat in there, and she also produces some ale for everybody and some mugs, and the man and woman begin eating.
I would like to cast Identify on the food and beverage, please.
Yes, so you recognize there's carrots, there are onions, the broth seems to be made of an herb of some sort, something local, and the meat inside of it is wild boar.
This is all very important information because Krabik has irritable bowel syndrome. Very specific diet.
We could have just asked him. We have very strict dietary
I have a
restrictions.
gluten allergy.
We've got one vegan, one gluten allergy, one dairy free, one. Okay.
So there's no poison. I guess that's the main ingredient you were looking for.
Magically
I'm looking for
confirmed.
poison or
Mind
magic,
control.
any bad magic in the food, but everything appears to be good in the hood.
I slurp it down.
I will eat and drink as well.
I wait a few. I'm not. I kind of just want to. I wait until these guys finish, like a couple bites before I start eating.
All right. So some of you begin eating. You're very hungry, and it tastes delicious. And at least from this far deep, there doesn't seem to be any problem with it. And it came from the same bowl that the man and wife are eating from, and they've slurped theirs completely down. I'm
a cynical half orc from Waterdeep, so I trust no one, and so I just because they may have built an immunity to it, but now that I see my compatriots eating, I join in.
All right, you guys finish your meal, and you feel nice warmth in your stomach, and your clothes are beginning to dry some from the warmth of the fire. The man, Zerdon, he stands up abruptly. All right, no time like the now. If everyone wants to get ready, we'll head over to this barn. And he points at Yunal and tells her, just wait inside. Let us deal with this. No reason for you to get wet. And he throws on a fur over his shoulder and his head from the rain. There's a crack of thunder as he opens the door. Lightning kind of spills out over the forest and the road in front of it. And he waits for you all to follow him.
I follow him.
Glad to see they've implemented their weather system here too.
Inspired by your weather system. So you walk around. He takes you around to the north side of the house, around to the back of the barn, or to the front of the barn, and it's very, very large. It's outrageously huge compared to the cottage. There are the doors on this are double doors. I mean, just massive, 20 feet tall doors. As he walks up, he begins pulling a large chunk of wood away, that as if it was locked from the outside, not the inside. And as he pulls it away, he cracks open one of the doors, and then he scrambles and runs back to the cottage. Make yourselves at home, he says, as he runs back and slams the door back into the cottage out of the rain.
Oh, yeah. That's not suspicious at all.
Yeah, wait a second.
Cool.
Weren't we supposed to sleep in the cottage with him?
I don't know.
That's very weird.
Okay.
Okay, so there's something in there. I'm going to. Can we do something like?
I can send my bat in to check things out.
That's
Oh.
true. I can also sneak. We could go invisible if someone has that spell.
I can detect. I can detect evil or good, or I think.
Why don't you detect evil or good? And I like the Jared. Why don't you send the bat?
Yeah, divine
what's his name again?
sense.
What's his name again?
I have.
Well,
Bat?
check and make sure that spell works how it is, because I think you're supposed to cast it on something you know about, not something that you are not. Like, I'm not sure you can just do it. Like, is there anything bad in this room?
No, divine sense for a paladin, you can.
Oh,
It just says within 60 feet. I can tell if there is something evil or something like consecrated ground or an evil creature within 60-foot radius. And evil doesn't mean like just a guy with bad intent. It means
right.
like
It means
a
the
demon or
align.
something.
It means the alignment
Celestial
of
fiend
evil.
or undead. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, definitely cast that. Is that a
So
cantrip?
I can log into my bat, so I don't have to like listen to his thoughts. So I'll do that so I can like actually see what's in there.
Okay. And you're sending the bat in now?
Yeah.
Okay, so Balthazar casts Divine Sense. Now, he doesn't detect anything undead or anything particularly evil. But the bat, you're sending it into the barn, right? Through the open door to check and see what's in there. So the bat flies into the crack in the door. You guys can't see in there at all. It's pitched, it's dark enough outside anyway. So he just flies into the darkness. Now, Krabik, you can see what a bat would see, which is going to be a little weird, but enough to make out what's going on the inside. As the bat flutters into the building, you immediately realize that there's a wyvern inside. It is massive. It takes up almost the entire building, and it is awake, but it doesn't seem. It just seems to be looking at the door at this moment.
Mm-hmm. And I know what a wyvern is because of all my research.
It's a
Yes,
dragon.
it's a dragon
Oh,
with,
boy.
but
It's
instead of four, it doesn't have like hand or arms. It has just wings for arms. It's red.
Okay.
It's red. They're ferocious creatures. I mean,
Yeah, so
Generally means fire.
should we just turn around and be like, yeah, so I guess we'll just sleep in the living room then, because there's a wyvern in your house.
I don't have a problem with that. Let's just close the fucking door.
Wait, so did we
haven't gone
put the
inside
horses in there? Where are the horses?
the horses haven't went in yet.
Horses?
Horses are still with you. You were leading them to the barn. So
I mean, this is going to be incredibly awkward because clearly this guy thought we were going to like get eaten by his pet wyvern. But
Well, to be fair, we asked to see the barn. He didn't say.
no,
hey,
we asked
go
to shack up our horses in there, and he's
All right.
Well, he did say.
Has it been relayed to us what is in this barn by Krabik?
Yeah, I told everybody.
All right, then I try to shut this door as quick as I can.
okay.
With my strength.
So you begin pushing the door closed. However, the wyvern begins to stand up. You can hear it as it just shoves its way through the door, ripping the other door completely off the hinge, and is standing now in the rain. It's a large red wyvern with two scaly legs, leathery wings, a sinewy tail, and at the end of the tail, it's topped with a stinger. It steps from the darkness, it opens its maw and lets out a thunderous roar. It has a split tongue flickering around its saliva-dripping teeth. And just as it roars, there's another boom of thunder as the area lights up, and you see the thick rainwater rushing down his muscular chest. Roll initiative.
okay. So what did we give? Wait. Okay, I'm gonna roll initiative. But what word did we give this man that we weren't gonna talk about the contents? Did we say anything about murdering the contents of his?
I don't think we have a
Basically out
choice
the
right
window.
now.
You didn't say that, no.
He's trying to have us killed, I think.
Yeah, he's
definitely.
I think
He
we're
just
okay.
wants to feed his
Jesus
wyvern.
Christ.
he fed us to his wyvern
Well,
baby.
God
to be
damn.
fair, first of all, he just basically said, like, don't judge me for what I have in the barn. We were the ones who were like, hey, what do you got in the barn?
I'm sorry, but that's not true. I had a perfectly good, reasonable explanation for wanting to put my horses in the barn. He could have just said, I'm sorry, there's no room for the horses in the barn.
Are you speaking dragon?
Yeah, something's not right here. Something's
Yeah,
not right.
I wanted to say that to the dragon before combat got started.
You wanted to say what? I'm sorry.
Do you see what I wrote in Draconic?
Now, keep in mind, not all dragons are intelligent, but a lot of them are. But just in case you are like trying to flag down this guy and he's like not listening, he might be like
a wyvern. To be fair, isn't like a wyvern like a smaller? It's not like a real dragon, right? It's kind of like.
I mean, I think wyverns can be fucking huge, like as well. But I don't really remember all the all the dragon facts. But like all I know is that some dragons are like beasts of the dragon world, and other ones have like 28 intelligence.
Well, I say that to it anyways, so we'll see what happens.
Yep, I say that accidentally in Draconic.
What do you say exactly again?
You asking me or about Balasar? Can you not see what I wrote?
Oh, I'm sorry. You typed it in chat. I'm sorry. I was moving everybody out.
It's in the fantasy grounds.
Yeah,
I'm on the map, by the way. I don't know if there's a barn map for us to...
Yeah, there's not. I'm just putting you guys out on the map so we can do combat.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we are in initiative, so technically y'all should probably wait for your turn to start trying to like talk down.
Yeah, we're in initiative.
Oh, okay.
So,
but
who am I missing here? Oh crap!
But also,
Jesus Christ!
Don't forget Lenora.
Yeah, don't forget Lenora.
Yeah, only because if like Lenora goes first and just like whacks the
whales on it. Yeah.
All right, Fife's not here.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah, I miss her inspiration.
Fife,
right.
Who is not here, would still go before me.
All right, so everybody can see the wyvern, so everybody be able to do their thing, right? Let me check out what Lenora's got here. All right.
She would also say something really kind of like, what would you say her personality is? Like,
well, are we talking about Matt or are we talking about Lenora?
Well, Matt as Lenora.
Okay, cheesy.
No, I said not Matt.
Okay.
I said Lenora.
I think she would be full of like, this is evil and we have to kill it kind of thing, right? So what does...
She would reluctantly be like, I guess we have
to fight. She's all about vengeance, so she would probably be irate about what the guy did to us.
True.
Like, she might... That's my guess, is what her character so far would do, is like, she would probably just be like furious that this guy set us up.
Yeah, I think she would probably be shouting something at the cottage behind you.
Probably like, I am vengeance.
Yes. I am going to not waste her turn, though. I'm just going to have her kind of be a little more cautious on wasting spell things yet until we kind of figure this thing out. But I will have her attack.
I mean, what's the size of this thing? Like, is this a horse-sized wyvern?
No, it's
this thing is huge.
It's big. It's about 15 feet tall, about 7 feet wide. It's a very large wyvern. I mean, it took up the entire barn. It was a very large barn.
It's a barn wyvern. It just sits in the barn.
Yep, apparently.
No. They have it in there.
All right, guys. Once we murder this wyvern, can we agree just to like get the horses out of the rain and then like go and like pretend like nothing
and kill
happened?
Those two old people?
Just hunker down and be like, okay, the horses are all packed up and time for bed.
Cannot wait to murder these two people.
All right, so I'm gonna have her cast. Where's her stuff at? I haven't played in a while now. I've forgotten everything. Okay, here we go. All right, let's let her use. She has, what's the best thing she's got? She does have the exemplary club. Let's throw that at it. All right, that's a hit.
Wow. She bonked it in the shin.
Yeah,
the exemplary.
That's probably the best attack Matt's had.
All right, there we go. She hit it for 7 damage, and now it's the wyvern's turn.
Oh gosh. Which would clearly just reciprocate the attack back to her. None of us.
Let's see what he's got. All right.
Stop metagaming, Riggy.
He does reach out with
I want to make a
this.
t-shirt.
No metagaming. He reaches out this claw and does strike back at Lenora. That's a miss. He gets 2 attacks,
shit.
so then he reaches out, stretches out his long neck, and tries to bite at Balasar. Miss. All right, it is now Tronic's turn.
Okay, well, I guess we're attacking, so I will attack with my greatsword.
It's a hit.
And I hit.
Woo.
We should probably attempt to attack its wings if we want to secure the kill.
It's your turn, Hamlin.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay, well, in that case, I'm going to try to attack his wings.
All right.
With your oversized bow.
You've got a point, actually. How am I going to do that? Yeah, I guess, can I just shoot, like, I don't have, like, a slashing weapon, but yeah, I'd like to try to, like, put a hole in its wing. Like, just aim for the wing with my bow. Okay. If that's possible. I mean, I don't know if that will matter at all, but...
Sure. Roll for it.
I could also, like, roll for survival to know, like, where the flying muscle is or something like that and go for that if you want me to.
No, we'll just go based on how high you roll for the hit.
Cool.
Like how well you hit.
Nice. Man, I also forget how to do things every time. Okay, got it. Refined.
Are you trying to shoot? Okay.
That's a hit. It's a low hit, so you do hit him. It doesn't, like, rip open his wing or anything. They're really thick, but it does definitely hit the... you land where you meant to. It does hit the wing, and the arrow kind of sticks in there. Roll for damage. All right. 11 damage, and now it's Kravik's turn.
Okay, do I see anything that would be a good, like, place to take cover should this wyvern spit anything at us or breathe fire?
Yeah, there's trees surrounding the area, so plenty of trees and brush, and everything's wet and nasty, and it's dark out, so certainly.
Definitely want to take cover because I'm real squishy.
All right.
So I don't know where you want me to move to do that, but that is where I go.
Okay, we'll just say that there's a tree here where you're at, and that you take cover there behind of a tree. Anything else you'd like to do?
Do I intrinsically know anything about wyverns, like maybe what their weaknesses are, what their specific attacks are?
Yeah, roll me a... Let's see...
History?
History, yeah. Roll me a history. Let's see if you've learned anything. Yeah, sure. So, here's what you know about wyverns. Give me a second here. They are... the stinger on its tail is poisonous. So you also know that they're fast with their claw and biting attacks. They can fly, and they have dark vision and a really high perception skill.
Okay. I also did not take my divination rolls today, so I'm going to go ahead and do that.
All right.
7 and a 1. That 1 is going to be really good if I ever need to give it to
someone else.
The wyvern.
That's actually nice.
Yeah.
To be able...
Wait, you can give that roll to someone else?
Yeah, anyone.
Give it to anybody.
Woo!
Okay, sorry, just going to write this down.
You have to do it before they, like, is it right
7
after
and
they
1.
roll, or how does that
No,
work?
it has to be before they roll.
That's actually a very unique and awesome ability that I never really thought of, Divination Wizard.
Okay, well, in that case, I am going to cast... Ooh, okay. Let's do with hit points. All right, I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb, and I'm going to cast... acid damage, and I'm going to attack the other wing that Hamlet did not attack.
Okay.
Let's see here. Do I gotta target this bad boy?
I like that you guys are being all precise with your attack, and I'm just like, Tronic smash.
Yeah, that's the joy of a fighter.
You did it fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Targeted, and where am I? Chromatic orb. Okay. Okay, so that's a hit. And sorry. Just trying to figure out how much damage I want to do on this guy. 8. Do. 20 damage. 20 acid
Nice.
damage.
Okay, so as the acid hits the other, this would be his right wing. As it hits it, it does begin to kind of deteriorate it a little bit. It lets out a loud roar as in pain, and jerks its wing up over its injured right wing up over its back. And it is Wait. No. It is Balasar's turn.
And Balasar, who started to speak at the beginning of the battle, and now we're winning.
I don't know if we're winning.
Besides,
we don't know.
You know what? Maybe I won't say this whole we merely passed by in can I, if I speak to it, can I is that a bonus action, or can I still take an attack or something?
Yeah, you can speak to it. That would be like a bonus action.
Okay. All right, I say.
And I've been tipped to be shirtless, so if you guys are watching the stream, I apologize for everyone.
Seriously?
Wait, you what? You're shirtless?
No, I had to go shirtless for a minute there. I just got tipped in chat, and I had to go shirtless. That was the deal. Thank you, Jared, by the way. All right, so what did you want? Oh, you're talking the thing. I'm sorry, guys. I forget about that whole thing. All right, so
I mean, if people are asking you to be shirtless, I don't blame you. I don't blame you for a momentary loss of.
All right.
What kind of chat are you running here, Nathan? Just out of curiosity.
Whatever pays the bills, man.
It's like strip D&D.
All right.
All right. Fair enough.
What are you saying? Can we talk? What are you saying?
I swing. Let's see. Let's find.
I don't think it went well.
Yeah, whatever.
Negotiations have failed.
Well, once you start hitting something, it's funny how they don't want to.
Yeah, you all would have heard what the dragon said because it wasn't actually like technically draconic. He just like roared, basically.
Is anyone just quickly before? Is anyone else within 5 feet of me? Any other of my companions?
It's hard to tell, but I'm not.
Right. I mean, I don't know what the like. I'm asking Nathan just because of the obviously like we're not one of you's in Dragon Spear, one of you's in the High Moor.
Oh yeah, yeah. Ignore all that. Actually, what's going on here? The only one really away from everybody would be Krabic, who ran and hid. Everybody else hasn't really talked about positioning, so I would assume they're all
Let's not
just
say hid. He took cover.
took cover. I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm sorry, Krabic. Took cover behind a tree. Everybody else is just kind
Running
of
like the coward.
Okay.
now.
Right.
Hamlin made a concerted effort to move back, so he'd be a little bit further back from you guys.
Okay, so the others would be within 5 feet of me or near enough. You can tell me. You know what? It's not important for right now. You can tell me who's within 5 feet of me.
Yeah, Tronic and Lenora.
Okay, great. All right. Anyway, I swing my long sword. Great. All right.
Okay, yeah. All right, nice hit.
Okay. Let's see. And I'm going to Divine Smite.
Nice.
On top of that. It's not a fiend or an undead, is it?
No.
It might be a
It's definitely not an undead. It's not a fiend, is it?
No, it's not.
I think a fiend is
Okay,
like
great.
demons and things.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure. I wouldn't have told you a doppelganger is a fiend, but there you go.
I mean, they're pretty fiendish.
All right. So I'm going to use that, and I guess I have to just roll it, and maybe you have to just add it. Because it says
2d8. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it says you do it after you hit somebody. Like it's not. I can just add it on top of when you hit something. So all right. So I'll just roll 2d8, and then you can just add that.
Okay. All right.
So 13.
Gotcha. All right, it's added. All right, so that's Balasar, and it is now Lenora's turn. What does Lenora have here? You know what we didn't do? When Lenora went, he did attack her, and that would have sparked her. So we're going to retro this. It would have sparked her, what's it called? Wrath of the Storm, I believe.
Which is like a
that was
counterattack
kind of
thing,
like
right?
Badass thing that he tried to use on Ling Joseph that time, right?
Yeah, and he clawed her, so he was close. So yeah, reaction to cause the creature to take a dexterity. Let's see, how the hell do I cast it though? Let's see. Shoot, I don't remember how to cast stuff. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, let's try that. And he saved. All right. Now she is going to. Everybody health is good. Nobody's been hit. All right. Let's do guiding bolt. That's a miss. All right. It is the wyvern's turn. He jumps up into the air. One of his wings is injured. So he's attempting to fly, but with his acid-eaten wing, he kind of hops kind of gracefully over towards Balasar. And as he's lunging down at you, his tail comes down towards you.
Are you rolling for that?
Yeah, rolling.
Oh yeah, going to be a 7. Thank you very much.
Okay, all right, that's a 7. So. It did not hit. It was a miss.
Okay.
Balasar dodged out of the way. Thanks to some sneaky magic from his friend behind the tree, he misses. So then he reaches
taking
out.
Strategic cover behind the tree.
It took cover. That's right. So then he reaches out to bite Balasar.
He never ran.
Misses. All right. It is now Tronic's turn.
Are we kicking this wyvern's ass?
Yeah, he's missing.
That's what's happening right now.
Yeah, he hasn't even hit nobody yet.
Before the thing is dead, I would not count your chickens.
Do you guys just want to turn around and go fight the caravan?
I give you one guess what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna attack with my ornate greatsword.
Okay. Hit.
Okay.
Nice, 11 damage. All right, now it's Hamlin's turn.
All right, so seeing how smart Krabik is taking cover, I'm also probably going to, run to just about the extent of my short bow's range, or how far I can run, whatever comes first.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna turn around and shoot him again with my my short bow, and I'm probably going to keep going for the wing. Just, trying to fuck up his means of mobility.
Okay.
Oh man. Okay, well, I'm like hitting with these terrible numbers still.
You
So
still hit. Nice. All right.
Wow.
And now it is Kravik's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna hit this dude with another chromatic orb.
Okay.
All right, and is it possible to aim for his stinger? Because I want to try to declaw him, I guess.
Sure.
You mean the tail thing?
Yeah, he's got a poisonous tail bit.
Yeah, it looks like a scorpion stinger on the end of his tail.
8. 13 damage.
All right. And what exactly? That was a chromatic orb?
Yeah, chromatic
Okay.
orb acid damage.
All right. So as it smashes down on him, his tail kind of whips backwards. It's bleeding a bit, but it after that it kind of raises back up again into the air. It is Balasar's turn.
Okay. Talking is over, Piers. All right, I'm gonna swing again at this thing. Oh, is it? It's in
Oh,
the
wait a
air,
minute.
or- yeah.
It looks like Kravik. Did you roll that onto the wyvern?
I don't know what that
No.
means.
It didn't count.
No.
I can do it. I'll just add it manually.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't he targeted still?
Yeah,
What
but
wrong?
you just rolled 3d8. You didn't like target the spell or something.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
just
I
happened
did
to
that-
notice. So
I did that the first time too, so if you want to add that on as well.
The wyvern, by the way, it kind of is slumping over. It's beginning to back up into the, trying to back up into the barn. The man and woman have run out of the cabin or the cottage and are screaming, "Stop! Stop! Don't kill him! Don't kill him! We've had him since he was a baby."
Oh, you fools. I guess we were a little too inconspicuous for these people. They didn't know we were awesome adventurers. I'd like to call to him and say, "Are you able to make it stand down?"
Yes, I'll get him back in the barn. He's going to have to be treated for his injuries. Please, I'm sorry. We beg you. So he begins, him and his wife come, and the wyvern looks docile now as they approach him, and they lead it back into the barn. And you hear the sounds of clanking like metal as if there's shackles being placed on it. And the woman stays behind, and the man comes back out of the darkness of the building. And his head is low, and he says, "Come into the cottage. We have something to talk about."
What? I think it's some explaining to do more like it.
I will explain. I will explain everything. I'm so sorry. Please come inside. And he begins walking towards the cottage, head low.
I mean, this guy do we follow this guy? Just opened the barn and ran away and let us. I don't know.
Does
anybody want to? Does anybody who's physically imposing want to at least grab this guy or do something to him to let him know we're not just forgiving him for this?
Are you telling me to do that, Kravik? Because if you're
anybody who's over 3 feet tall, I think.
I want you to tell me I want you to tell me in game, and then I will do it.
I'm going to send a message to Lenora and Balasar.
Oh, you know what? Lenora wouldn't even needed a message, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's a good point.
She would have grabbed this guy by the collar.
It's a good point.
Wait, to be fair, I may be a loyal, goody, righteous knight, but this man just told us to let a beast live. Let this thing that could kill a bunch of people live. So I think I also would be okay with this.
Well, you get first dibs on grabbing him by the collar if you want to. I just think if no one does, Lenora would.
I mean, I'm fine to have Lenora do it if you want, but Balasar would absolutely do it.
Let's let a player that's here do it. That way it's more roleplay opportunities.
All right. Oh my god.
So
It's-
look, the grab needs no roll, right? The guy's like got his head low. He's just a commoner looking guy. So you do grab him and lift him up into the air. What exactly do you say to him?
I say, you sent us to be eaten by that beast. Tell us now why we shouldn't finish it, and you along with them.
As you say that, almost as if by providence, lightning lights up the sky as you finish your sentence. You can even see from his facial expression, the rain's still pouring down, but you can see that he's crying. Please, they paid us to do this. I'm sorry. We were paid. We lied. We don't get by off the land. I'm a horrible hunter. We get paid, and I make the trip up to Daggerford for supplies. You got to understand, we did move out here just to get away from everything. I'm in some gambling debt, and I'm trying to pay it off, and they paid me to kill anyone that came through. I'm so sorry.
Who paid you?
It was some cult that came here and bullied us. When I told you earlier about that they were rambunctious and we were scared of them, I wasn't lying. They did come through here. They come here bringing all kinds of supplies up for the past few months. And they came and they seen our cottage and they forced their way in and they basically made us work for them to look for any stragglers on the road not with the main group.
Hamlin says, "I knew it."
And then feed them to the wyvern? 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 Which one?
Yes,
Wyvern.
we're just commoners. We have no way to defeat anyone. So we had this wyvern. We've had it. It's a pet, really. But it was the only way we could think to kill you. And I'm so sorry.
Well,
I say you are to leave here and never come back again. You had sold your good name to kill others. Your wyvern is no more. And
wait, is this actually their house?
Is this your house?
Yes, this is our home. Yes, I really did build this home.
Okay, so you didn't just come here just to kill people. You came here.
We lived here long before they came.
Ah.
Listen,
Yeah.
I have some information that might help you too. If you just let us stay, we don't have anything. Please, I can give you information that might help you.
It better be good.
What do you need? What do you need to know? What's your purpose? What do you need? I'll tell you anything I know.
All right, let's get out of the rain, guys. Let's go in there.
Yeah,
I'll have some more soup.
Throw
All
him in the house.
You throwing them in?
We're gonna go into the house and we're gonna chat more in comfort. But yeah.
Okay. You guys head back into the home. The woman is still outside tending to the wyvern. And come inside, and the man is immediately falls to his knees, begging, "Please, what do you want to know? I'll tell you anything I know."
Ask him about the
Yeah.
cultists.
Who was the first people to approach you? What were they like? What were they?
It was a group. It was a group of men. They had purple robes, and they knew magic, and we're just commoners, and they bullied us, and
Were they
beat us up
aware
a
that
bit.
you had a wyvern? A wyvern?
Yes, they found that out very quickly.
How many people has fallen prey to this trap?
Only one other group.
And what were their names?
I'm sorry, I don't even know their names.
Wow.
Was it a woman? Recent?
No, it was 3 humans, probably about a month ago.
Ask them if they've seen Fife.
That's sort of what I just did.
So you want to know about the cultists? I don't know a lot, but I do know something that hopefully will help you. There's a road. It's north of Waterdeep. It's called the High Road. It cuts right through the Mere of Dead Men. It's a marsh between Waterdeep and Neverwinter. There's a old warehouse right off the road. You can't miss it. They call it Carneth Roadhouse. It's some kind of supply depot or a wagon park or something for the cult. I think that's where they go.
How did you come about this information?
I actually seen them during a trip up to Daggerford. I couldn't help but follow them a bit to see what they were up to, and I traveled up the road a bit, and I seen them there, right off the road. It's a large building, and I saw them all gathering there. I'm not exactly sure, but they were unloading goods from their wagons.
Did you see any of the goods?
No, they were all in bags and crates. I couldn't tell what they were.
And have you done trading with these people before, or just with other people in Daggerford?
Only the gold. They come and they pay me. Every time they come through, they swing by. Some of them stay inside, and we move the wyvern, and some stay in the barn, and they pay me. That's all.
What else can you tell us about the warehouse?
I've never been inside it. I don't see how you would get inside it.
How many
you can
guards
give
are
us
there?
detailed directions to get there, right?
Sure, I can tell you exactly how to get there. As soon as you get to Daggerford, just head north on that road. You can't miss it. It's a huge building.
Wait, you had implied that I don't know how you would get in there. Does that imply that there's some sort of guards, defenses? Is it?
Well, when I seen it, they were unloading, and it was just completely surrounded with the creepy men in the robes.
And my last question is, how much do they pay you?
They pay me 2,000 gold a month.
Do you know why they want you to just kill random people on the road?
I don't know. I think that they just don't want anyone using. I assume that they're some kind of merchants of some sort, and they don't want any other activity. I don't know.
Why have you guys been raising a wyvern?
Well, it's kind of a long story, but my wife had ran across the egg before we met, and it was young when we got together, and it was just a fun pet, and like I said before, it was good protection, and we knew we wanted to move off and live on our own, and it would be a good way to protect ourselves, I thought.
Don't you know this is a wild animal?
I lean in and I try maybe another intimidation. I say, if you ever feed another single traveler to this wyvern, I will come for you, and I will know.
What is your all's purpose? What are you trying to get rid of the cult? Because if they come back through, what am I to do?
Our purpose is none of your business. We were never here. But Nate, I also think that basically I'm telling him silence. Just pretend that nothing ever happened to the wyvern, and nobody ever stayed the night. But when he told me that he made 2,000 gold per month from this thing, my little halfling eyes started scanning the room for feasible locations that he might keep gold.
Roll me a perception check real quick.
Okay. Let's see. God, don't fail me now.
Oh, I know what I want to use my one for.
No! Oh my gosh.
Just kidding.
Yeah, you don't notice anything necessarily. I mean, it seems like in the cottage there's not any bags or anything out of the ordinary that looks like they might store gold.
Well, I know for a fact that this guy's loaded, because who can spend 1,000 gold a month living or 2,000 gold a month living in the woods? So I'm going to insinuate that we need reparations for what we just went through with the wyvern, and say, you know what? You have ill-gotten goods, and we need traveling money, and I think it's the least you can do is to.
Yeah, you think spells are free?
Yeah.
Roll me a not a persuasion, a intimidation with advantage.
See, I guess it was good food. We have advantage again.
Okay, wait a second. I have to roll that again because the advantage didn't work.
Yeah, roll it again.
Oh man, it didn't work again. I'm pretty bad with the. Oh, whoa! Okay, well, yeah,
So-
the first one.
He's not intimidated by it, and he basically says, "No, it's I can't. It's all we have. We have to survive out here, please."
Wouldn't be too hard just to dispatch these two and take care of the wyvern, would it? Would it?
That was not. I guess. Wait. I send a message to Hamlin. I'm like, is this a ploy, or are you actually saying that we're going to murder these people?
It's an intimidation ploy, but you know.
Oh, okay. And then I go, yeah, I agree.
All right, so everybody but Hamlin, who already rolled an intimidation.
I mean, I don't. Do I think?
Oh, you
do I
don't
think
want
this
to?
is a play? I'm pretty dumb. I think
I send a message to him, to Balasar, to let him know what the deal is.
I go, oh. I roll intimidation.
I'm not really feeling this plan, so I'm not that intimidating.
All right, so Krabic actually gives the deepest
I
threat
use
here.
minor illusion to make my eyes go fiery. I give myself horns and a tail and an extra couple of feet, and I change my voice to sound like a demon's.
This actually kind of makes sense because Krabic also did the most damage to the wyvern, I think.
True. All right, so he begins scrambling, and he runs over against a wall, and he starts pulling a couple of stones out of the wall. Behind it are some bags. He pulls those out and throws them on the ground. Just take it, please. Just let us live. Just take it. Just by glancing at it, it appears there's about 2,800 gold pieces in the bags.
Woo! Okay, do
We
you
should leave
guys?
this guy like
Let's leave him
200.
Let's leave him 200.
200 seems.
So 2,600.
Guys, it costs like a copper pence to get a beer in this universe.
All right. So how much do we each get then?
Are you? If we're splitting it, give me 1 second. I'm bad at math, and I'll tell you in a moment. Let's see.
Also, I asked him, how many horses do you have?
Yes, horse fetish.
Because I need.
We have no horses at the moment, but I'll tell you what. I can definitely ask for a horse when they come back through. I'm sure I can get one from the cultists.
No,
I'll tell them
no.
I need it. And if you
Don't-
ever come back
don't
through, I'll have a
ask.
horse.
Nope. stop it.
Ask
You don't
for
need it.
2.
Okay. I'll take no payment next time they come through, and I'll get you 2 horses.
2 horses.
Wait,
of
we're
the
not coming
finest
back
breed.
here. What are you
Doesn't-
doing?
I'm like, shush.
All right, so
Man needs.
everybody add 520 gold.
Wow, that's crazy.
I'm gonna put
We're
it
rich.
in. I'm gonna put it in Lenora's for her.
I'm not going to take it.
Well, we'll split yours.
No, I'm going to keep mine, and I'm going to put it at the feet of these people, and I'm going to say, take this money and run away, because I cannot leave this worm alive.
Oh, you're gonna kill
Whoa.
the wyvern?
With this amount of money, we could start a new life. But if you kill the wyvern, my dear wife will leave me. Please don't kill the wyvern. Spare it.
Oh,
How many gold
to
pieces
break
do you
up a
have?
marriage or kill a worm? What is good? Tom, tell me. I grab them again and I say, almost in desperation, "You must promise me you will never kill anyone with this worm again."
We'll leave. We'll leave with the wyvern. We'll start a new life.
Hey, how much gold was it again? 500 and...
Do I believe
520.
Why don't you just roll for your perception for the character, or deception for the character?
I would love to roll. Roll deception for the character, or I can roll a belief. And if anyone wants to do anything to one of those rolls, feel free. But
you could do persuasion or deception, depending on. I don't know. You could definitely
let's just say that he seems sincere.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. So I put him down or whatever, and I'm like, all right, if you leave with the worm, good.
I turn to
Go and regain your
Balasar.
honor.
I turn to Balasar and I say, "Many that live deserve death, and some that die deserve life. Can you give it to them? Then do not be too eager to deal out death and judgment."
I'm surprised. I look at Balasar and kind of give him a look like, this doesn't sound like you. Like, gonna kill the wyvern.
He doesn't want anybody else to die at the hands. His heart bleeds for them travelers.
The man grabs the bag of coins that Balasar left and immediately begins heading outside, yelling for his wife. Interrupt me if you guys would do anything during this. You see the wife. She comes out and she's got a large chain that she's leading the wyvern out, and they begin walking south.
I send a message to both of them. I say, "Remember, we were never here."
Well,
you just left. You just left because you wanted to.
We'll just leave the place abandoned. We'll start a new life, and perhaps this time not be tainted by the cultists.
Cool.
I turn to Kravik and I say, "You are wise, wizard, in ways of women and in ways of beast. You point the true way again."
You guys want to rest here tonight?
Yeah, because I also...
we have a new house.
Wait, so we watch them take the... I mean, like, how do we know
they're gone. We have a house now.
Yeah, they left.
Well, they know we can kill the wyvern, so I'm not too worried about it.
Do you guys want to retire as adventurers and just
live in this little cottage and barn? All right, so whatever you guys want to do, you gonna rest?
Let's try to get a long rest, or at least until the rain stops, and then we'll put our horses in the empty barn now. Oh, the barn! Can we go in there and take a look now that it's empty?
Sure.
Yeah,
We should also search the rest of the house and see if there's anything else worth.
Yeah, I'll go check out the barn. You guys check out the house. I mean, he really didn't even pack up. They just left like.
It's quite a bit of gold they had, though.
Kravik put the fear of God in them.
All right, so Hamlin, you go into the barn. It's still raining heavy outside, and as you peek in, it appears there's not much in here. There's some meat, some kind of rotten-looking meat, stinks, and here's flies. There's some rotten meat kind of hanging from the rafters, and there's a big pile of straw in the middle. And that's pretty much it.
Yuck. Okay. Is it too stinky to keep the horses in there?
No, it just smells like animal. It just smells like a feral animal in there, with a tinge of rotted meat.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I put the horses in there, hang my goods up to dry, and then go back to the cottage.
All right. And you guys wanted to kind of check out the house?
Tronik.
Okay. Just roll me a.
I'll check out the house too.
Roll investigations.
Just make sure it's safe.
Make sure it's safe.
The whole house is gonna blow up as soon as he's like 100 feet away.
Well, frankly, It's an intelligence check. So if the house is going to blow up, I would be the one to tell. Oh, never mind.
All right. So Tronic notices that it has a window and a door, and Balasar notices. Balasar, he finds some food. There's some carrots and onions and potatoes and goods like that, kind of strung around near the fireplace. You do search around where he had pulled out the stones, but it does appear he did pull everything out of there. You check under the bed. It's nothing. So there's no rugs or hidden traps or anything of that nature. Everything seems completely normal.
I hold out the carrots. What is it? Carrots, onions, and potatoes.
Yep.
I hold them out to Krabick, and I say, in the manner of Dora the Explorer, carrots, onions, potatoes. Can you find anything they used to make a soup?
Yeah, let's make some more soup and then long rest.
And then, yeah, that's it.
All right, you fill your bellies with soup, and you already did you guys for the long rest on your stats. So you guys sleep through the night with the campfire, nice and warm and snug in the people's cottage. And you wake in the next day. The sun is out or beginning to peek out, and the weather is cleared. It's a nice clear day, and that's whatever you guys want to do.
I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to kick those people out of their house and get a rest in. I just didn't realize it was gonna happen. Very happy that went the way I wanted. Okay, yeah, let's just keep
continue
moving,
on
guys.
our path. We still gotta
let's
run these
continue.
cultists.
All right, so you guys travel on up, and you got your horses and everything, and you guys are traveling up further north. You travel through the day, and you do eventually come upon as you top over a hill, and you guys have passed, you're almost at the edge of the forest. You can start to see Daggerford in the distance, looming ahead. It's still quite a whiles away, but it's pretty flat, fairly flat lands here, so you can kind of see the walls surrounding the city ahead. But when it starts getting towards evening time, you do come across a big pavilion of tents, brightly colored, red, very large. Sitting alongside the road, there's a gnome dressed almost like a clown, standing in front of it, waving his little arms, and he's screaming out, "You must see the wonders of Zonrar's strange circus!"
I mean, I want to see the circus.
I would go to the circus.
He looks very friendly. He's waving you and your horses over. Come see Zonrar's Bazaar Freak Show Circus.
How many
priority.
How many copper pieces for a ticket?
Oh, copper!
Very much not a priority, you guys.
Copper, you jest. It is only 10 gold per person, with a full tour of all of the freaks that Zonrar has gathered.
Ew, I don't want to see freaks.
Oh, we have conjoined twins. We have an elf woman with a beard. We have a halfling strongman. And Zoltan the Great, the greatest fortune teller in all of the Sword Coast.
My goodness.
I'm still a no on this, guys.
Yeah, we are
do.
definitely running away from a horrible cult, hot on our tails, paying
You
people
did burn the
with
bridge. You did burn the bridge.
Oh, we have so much time, guys. We should see the circus.
There is.
I mean, I want to go see the circus. And do they have meat?
Do they have meat?
We must stay on our. A strong halfling?
Ah, yes, the strongest halfling you've ever seen. And, oh, did I mention the owlbear tamers?
Guys, are you able to put our horses up and rest them while we tour the circus? Because, we'll be able to basically make up all the time if we can give our horses a rest, right?
Sure, yes, we have a tent right over here, perfect for stables. Keep them in the cool water, we'll feed them. 10 gold per person.
That is pretty steep, but Let's do it, guys. When we give the horses a rest, we're gonna go twice as fast when we're done.
I mean,
I
I'm in.
Kravik, who's now my consigliere.
Kravik is all logic and what we should do technically.
Where's your sense
Yeah.
of adventure? Come on.
Yeah, we really should keep going.
All right, anybody wants to go? Just deduct 10 gold. Tell me who's going in. He's got 5 tents, large tents lined up, and he looks like he's ready to give you the tour.
All right, how many hours is the full tour?
You could, depending on how long you want to linger, we could probably show you everything within 3 hours.
All right, let's do it. I'm 8.
Are you kidding me? We're going to spend 3 hours doing this?
Guys, we just spent 8 hours inside of a
Come
inside
on.
inside of a cabin.
Do you get on the road to Waterdeep that you come across a tent full of oddities? And I'm sure, do you have libations, sir? Do you have alcohol here?
Oh, most certainly. I mean, additional costs, of course.
Of course.
That's not included.
Right? There should be a 2-drink minimum included. But that said, I'm just saying we listen. We've been through a lot. We've lost Fife. It seems like Lenora's barely here. I think we deserve. I think we deserve to have a little bit of fun. You know.
I've already paid the 10 gold, so I'm like Himlin's like walking into the circus.
I fling my I do the little coin flip of the gold to the guy and follow.
But it scatters all over the place because it's 10 pieces.
He catches it with ease, actually, as if he's trained. He catches every gold piece, bites one of them, and drops it in a pouch on his hip.
There you go.
What about you, big, large dragon guy? Are you coming?
I look at Kravik and I say, no, I should.
Balasar, you can go look at the oddities. If everyone else is, I'll just stay and look at the horses.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I try to convince these idiots, but they're not doing it, so...
I yell from
one of us
inside the
is
tent.
staying, we all are staying.
I yell from the tent, oh, Balasar, they have cotton candy!
Meanwhile, I'm watching this, and there's a tinge of jealousy from Tronic, seeing this new bromance develop between Balasar and somebody else.
But how could candy be cotton? I must find out. All right, so I go in as well.
Okay.
This is what drove you in.
So the gnome leads you up to the first tent, and he turns around right before opening the curtain, and he says, "Now listen, this is a real, true, great find. Conjoined twins, one body, 2 heads. Come inside and see for yourself." And he opens the curtain and goes inside. You're going to follow him in, I assume?
Mm-hmm.
As you walk in, there is in fact the size of an orc, so a very large being there. He's behind a caged wall, and he is in fact one body, 2 heads. One head is an orc, and the other is a human. They appear to be arguing with each other over a scrap of bread that's laid before them. The orc is yelling, it's mine! I'm the strongest of us! And the human is, no, I'm the smartest of us, and I have the wit, and I deserve the bread.
I mean, I'm having an existential crisis right now when I see this.
Yeah.
This does not sit well with me at all. This is not what
Actually, I'm like, I turn to the gnome and I'm like, what is the purpose for the cage exactly?
Oh, it's just for the, for the safety of the guests and all. I mean, we don't know, really, how dangerous these things are. They can get a little feisty. Just for protection, that's all.
They seem somewhat sentient to me.
Oh, don't mind that. They're just, they couldn't possibly be like you and I. I mean, they're happy with their life here. I can assure you of that.
I send a message to the group just to gauge everyone's feeling about this. I'm like,
I can't even speak. I have like knots in my stomach.
Are we
right
gonna
now.
have to prison break these people that are like locked up?
Do I hear this? I'm not in the room.
Oh yeah, we're giving you
you'd be
regular
further back.
message
Oh yeah,
updates.
yeah. If it was through the mind, then you would.
We
hear.
got. I say back. Yes, we have. This is like I'm looking into my own
Like-
soul here with the
Yeah,
half
look-
human and half orc.
I
Let's
vote
see,
prison break, of course.
yeah, let's see the rest of what they've got here. But if we find out that they are just locking sentient creatures up for show, I don't think we're gonna be able to let that fly.
Would you
For the
like a
first
drink
time-
before we move to the next tent? And I tell you, the next one is going to be quite fun. You've never seen an elf woman with a beard before, I'm sure. But I do have some good spirits here for 5 gold apiece.
Say, I'd like to throw 10 gold down and say, see that these 2 get more than a bread scrap today, and that they don't have to fight over it. 2 meals for these 2.
As you do that, the orc and the human head both turn that way. Indeed, some meat! We've been asking for some meat, says the orc, and then the human says, I'm a vegetarian. I'm not eating it. You can eat the meat. It'll probably make me sick because we share the same stomach.
Well, whatever they want, they can figure that out. Their 2 meals are on me.
I've lost a little bit of empathy hearing the human talk. He's a little insufferable.
Indeed. The gnome gladly takes the gold, puts it in his pouch. Indeed. Don't worry, I'll get them a fine meal. And just for your hospitality, I've never run across anyone who cared about the meals of my how shall I say, my tenants. I'll give you all rounds of spirits on the house. So he passes out some ale to everyone from a table nearby, and he begins gesturing, come, drink as we walk. We must go to the next event.
Yeah, I mean, I go with, and I'm just kind of lightly sipping though.
I'm not
All right.
drinking.
All right.
I'm starting to have my little orc senses tingling here, and I don't trust this guy, so no drinks for me. I'm just holding the cup.
All right.
Chug-a-lug.
Plus,
All
we know
right.
I'm a lightweight anyway, so.
He leads you into the next tent. There is sitting there in the middle of the room on a stool, and she has a circular table surrounding her. Is indeed an elf, a beautiful woman, and she has a long braided beard like you would see a dwarf have. She smiles as she sees you enter. Elves don't normally have beards, and I do. You can touch it if you wish to see that it's real.
I would like to send her a message and say, do not react on the outward, but I need to know. Are you here on your own accord? Are they paying you, and do you have free passage?
Okay, and with that, she can speak back. Is that right?
Yeah, she can send a message back, but she might act surprised. But I tried to say,
Hey, just out of curiosity, is that messages unlimited?
yes, it's cantrip.
Yep.
It's literally kind of a little bit metagame lame, but like, whatever. It's my favorite spell.
It's fun. So she frowns at first when the message reaches her, but then she does reply and says, "We can't leave, but we're freaks outside of here."
I mean, I don't say this, but she could definitely just shave her beard versus the 2-headed person.
It probably goes back. Goes back immediately, kind of thing.
Oh,
She
gotcha.
begins waving you over. Come drink with me. I dare anyone to outdrink me.
Oh, they're really trying to get us to drink.
You had sips. I did not drink yet. I don't know if Balasar drank. He didn't.
Balasar did. He chugged it.
He said chug-a-lug.
He did say chug-a-lug, right? Yeah. I kind of pour mine out after. No, I don't. I hold on to it.
You're confused.
Okay, so you've poured yours out. secretly.
No, I'm just. Oh, okay, yeah.
Or are you holding it? You're just holding it?
I'm just holding it.
Okay, all right. She's waving everybody forward, and she's laying out cups of what looks like mead, and the gnome is following closely and standing there leaning against the table. Yes, go ahead and drink away. 5 gold per mug. Can you outdrink the bearded elf?
They're probably just trying to work on alcohol sales, but I'm just going to be like, no, thanks.
Then we must go to one of my favorite events, the Halfling Strongman. Follow me. And he begins walking out. So he leads you into this is actually a conjoined tent with the bearded elf lady, and you go in. It's a small room. There is a halfling in the middle, and he's standing on top of a ladder, and he's holding adamantium in his hand and up above his head. And as you walk in the room, he begins bending it upwards into a U shape. You never seen a halfling this strong, have you?
Well, I've seen a few, but let me see that adamantium.
Oh no, we can't. I'm sorry, we can't show you that. But if you do doubt the strength of this particular halfling, what about the big guy here? How about a nice, friendly a fight?
Wait, which big guy are we talking about?
Balasar or the orc here, Tronic. Whoever's the strongest. How about just a good old slapping match? Who can bow out the fastest?
Oh my God, you have to.
Balasar. Well, I'm still in cynical mode, so go ahead, go for it. You can represent the group.
Well, I mean, it doesn't seem fair, but well, I think we all must learn a lesson or two. In reality, I'm probably helping him, saving his life in some way. Best not to think about it too much. Yes, okay.
So the halfling climbs about halfway down the ladder so that he still can look you in the eyes, and he invites you. You go first, sir.
If it's okay with you, then, and Torm, bless your bravery. But good night. And what should I roll?
Roll a strength.
Okay.
See how hard you hit him.
Oop, never mind.
All right, so you slap him a little bit. Seems like you're holding back a lot of your strength because you were afraid you're going to hurt him. It pops him.
Good.
His head kind of jerks just a little bit, and he laughs. Ha ha! I thought worse from a man of your size. And then he rears back his hand and gives you a pretty decent little slap. It tingles a little bit. Definitely stronger than you would expected from his size and stature. And then he invites you. Your turn again, my friend.
I turn to the others and I say, that was pretty good. Yeah, but now time to stop holding back, which is what I was doing. All right, here we go.
Is somebody filming this? Is going to end up on YouTube.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, this time you rear back, and you just lay it to him. You smack him so hard he goes flying off the ladder, and he actually tumbles through the bottom of the tent and out of sight. The gnome standing there is like, oh, you're much stronger than I thought. I never said he could take a hit. I just said he had physical strength. You do agree that slap he gave you was pretty impressive, no?
I do agree, and now that I think about it, is he all right?
He'll be fine. Are you all right back there? And the gnome comes rolling in and pops up his hands into the air. I am fine. And then he rubs at his face. You can see that his face is beginning to swell.
I give a little golf clap. That was pretty impressive.
All right, on to the next event.
Wait, I heal his face. All right. Can I do that? Like, if he has hit point damage, I guess then I lay on hands.
Yeah, you're going to use your lay on hands on him?
I'm going to use my lay on hands.
Okay. So you do that, and it heals him up, and he thanks you and bows. Thank you, gracious sir. I appreciate it. It was fun, though. Thank you very much.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
On to the next event.
Wait, I ask him his name.
Hang on a second. I don't have a name. Hang on. My name is Bonin. Bonin Zena.
Bonin, I am Balasar, and we are brothers. And now enough bees have been said, and we must go.
I thank you, sir. I thank you graciously. The gnome is pointing with both fingers. Come, come. I'm excited for you to see the next tent. It's Zoltan, the great fortune teller.
I'm starting to loosen up a little bit, just my demeanor, just from I enjoyed that very much.
He notices everybody seems to be a little looser, and he says, would anybody like another round of drinks? 5 gold apiece.
5 gold for a drink is like basically it's like that's like yeah, that's like
you went to that's like the hottest club in New York City,
the Yankee Stadium, but like triple.
Yeah, that's quite high. That's outrageous.
Yeah, that's like about like probably $50 a drink.
Yeah,
yeah,
something like that.
Anybody want to?
I'm looking at my mug and it's certainly looking tasty, but I can't bring myself to drink.
Is this? I tasted one of them. Is it even good stuff?
Yeah, it seems to be pretty good. Yeah, maybe just a tad bit watered down, but not bad.
Oh my god!
Definitely New York. Definitely New York was for sure. Then.
Okay, then, and no drinks for anyone just yet. I think this will get you quite thirsty, and he leads you into the next tent. This one's marked with the blue pattern, stripe pattern, and as you walk inside, you notice there's a very small halfling tucked away, as if they're trying to hide him in the darkest side of the tent. And he's playing a flute that's making some mysterious type music to kind of try to set the mood. There's incense in the air, and you see a human, and he has a wizard type robe on, and he's sitting at a table with a crystal ball in front of him. Hello, I am Zoltan the Great. I can see into the future. Come if you'd like me to tell your fortune and what kind of things are waiting for you.
Now, this is probably going to be quite sensitive, so could we clear the room? I insinuate to the gnome to leave while we talk to Zoltan.
He nods and walks out of the tent.
Okay, I'm like, Zoltan, give it to us straight. What the hell's going on in this freaky-ass circus? Are you guys prisoners?
No, indeed not. We're treated well. We're paid well. There's nothing too nefarious. I mean, I'm going to be honest. Maybe sometimes the owlbears from the owlbear tamers, Tim and Tam, sometimes the owlbears get treated a little rough, but I mean, they're owlbears. They get out of line. There's also the orc human creature. Sometimes maybe the treatment's not 100% as well as the rest of us, but I think everybody here's happy.
Taking your word on this, Zoltan.
I'm not lying. I really can tell fortunes. 20 gold, and I'll tell you a fortune.
The hell? We
Go
just
ahead,
we just paid 10 gold to get in here, and this is like the...
All right, I'll give you one for free, just so you know that I'm not a fake. Will you guarantee me if I say something that seems as though it might be true that you'll pay me 20 gold for another?
Yes.
If it's enough to impress our friend Krabik outside, then we'll pay you for not another.
All right, one of you step forward and place your hand upon my crystal ball.
Balasar does it.
All right, Balasar, you place your hand on the ball.
Balasar, fresh with drink, is like, oh, if no one else is, okay, I'll do it. All right.
As soon as your hand touches the crystal ball, it lights up, and the entire room illuminates, and the little halfling in the corner begins speeding up the music for more dramatic appeal, and then the Zoltan begins moving his hand around the ball and over your hand, and then he says, "Oh, very interesting. I'm not sure what you gentlemen are particularly getting into, but I did see a five-headed dragon. Seemed as though it was trying to escape, or had possibly just escaped, or does that seem like that could have any business with you gentlemen?"
Definitely never have it happen. Do we need a refund?
He lies. Tiamat. He's talking about Tiamat. You remember?
Shut up, Balasar.
The five-headed dragon.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I'm used to seeing spouses leaving one another, or maybe perhaps a death in the family, or something of that nature. This is much deeper than I'm used to seeing. But I do still have to charge 20 gold, and I'll tell you some more.
I push Balasar out of the way. I put the 20 down and go, do me next.
All right, sir, good sir. Put your hand upon my crystal ball.
We're getting
All right.
totally bamboozled here.
So the globe lights up again, illuminates. The halfling in the corner begins playing his flute more dramatically, and Zoltan's moving his hand around the crystal ball and over your hand, and then he says, indeed. Seems as though you're going to have an encounter, sir, with an apparition of some sort.
Oh, an apparition?
Yes, a ghost or
Ghost?
something of that nature. Once again, very strange, but that's what I see, and I'm always correct.
That's it? You can't tell me where or when or anything? Just that there's a ghost?
Yeah, it looks like you were at a camp or some sort of fire, and you do meet a ghost.
Oh. Guys, we should get some silver. No reason.
Anyone else? 20 gold, and I can tell your fortune as well.
Okay, you little whatever you are. I'll do it.
All right.
While he's doing that, can I make a perception check just to see if there's anything besides what's going on with the flute little kid or the halfling flute player? If there's anybody else,
Sure.
if there's anything else suspicious going on?
Yeah. Roll perception.
I've kind of bought into what he was saying, but not really. So I'm just kind of like, now I am starting.
Well, the way that I see it is I'm laden with brand new gold, and my character is curious to a fault, and therefore, this is probably just grinding at him.
And my cynicism has come across in my roll.
All right, there you go. So you get a really good scope of the area, and the only thing you notice in here that's a little off is you do notice that the gnome from earlier that's running this place, Zonrar, is peeking through the bottom of the tent.
Oh my!
Okay,
that little bastard.
That doesn't really bother me too much, but I will keep that in mind.
That means he heard us about the civil rights or your the OSHA compliance that I was pushing for.
All right, so Hamlin lays his hand upon the crystal ball, lights up. Flute halfling begins playing wildly. He's running his hand around it, and then he says, you are seeking a castle. But never seen anything like this, but it's floating. It's in the sky.
We already knew that. Next one.
20 gold, and I'll tell your future. We can do this all day if you'd like.
This is called GM just gave us 2,000 gold, and let's see how many things he can actually think of.
Stop metagaming. Getting a t-shirt.
All right. About that time, the gnome busts back in. Oh, I assume everything is done by now. Hopefully I didn't interrupt anything. We have one more tent for you to see, and I did save the best for last. The owlbear tamers, Tim and Tam. Follow me. And he begins motioning for you to follow him out of the tent.
Why am I picturing Siegfried and Roy right now? One of them like half malt. I guess one of them they're dead, right? One of them. Anyway, sorry.
So you guys follow him?
I go.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys follow him. He goes up to the final tent.
Wait, hold on. I before we do, I whisper to Hamlin, "Can you like send an instant message to Krabick and see if he's okay?"
Hey, Krabick, are you okay?
Yeah. Are you idiots done throwing your money away?
No,
Almost.
not yet, but we really want to see these owlbear guys.
All right, so he leads you into the largest tent of all, and this one's multicolored striped, red, blue, and yellow. And as you walk inside, there is a pit dug out into the middle of it, so you're kind of walking into an arena type scene here. And when you look down, there's two gnomes, and they look exactly the same. They're dressed, with jester hats on, and they're already dancing, and there's music playing. And there are two owlbears jumping through hoops, and they're commanding them around the arena. And then the gnome walks out towards the edge, looking down at them, and he shouts, "Show them the best trick!" So Tim and Tam, they wave up at you, and one of them goes behind one of the owlbears and begins shoving him from his backside towards the other. As the owlbear gets closer, it opens its beak and opens it up and begins devouring the gnome. Not chewing him, but just swallowing him whole. He goes in, the other taps the top of the owlbear's mouth, he opens it wide and moves it all around so you can see that the gnome is now gone. At that point, you see the gnome pull out some kind of grass-looking stuff, and he feeds it to the owlbear. The owlbear begins to hurk and gasp, and then he vomits out the other gnome, who comes rolling out and pops out. Ta-da!
Wow.
Y'all need to look for better work. Y'all better than this.
Would one of you like to be eaten by the owlbear? Only 50 gold, and we'll let the owlbear eat you.
What?
Okay, I sent a message to Krabick, and I'm like, Krabick, I know you think this is stupid, but I think you should get in here for this.
No, thank you.
I can't. I'm so impressed by this. I finally take a drink. I was like eyeing my drink the whole time. I finally take a swig and I chugged the whole thing. Like that was damn impressive.
They're offering to eat us. Well, I don't want to do it because I'm small in stature, and that's not that impressive. But I'm like, Balasar, there's no way. You already beat the guy in the slap fight. You can totally make a owlbear choke on you.
It's not that I can't be, and I just don't know. I don't really want. I don't know that I really want to be eaten, swallowed whole by a owlbear.
You do notice also that the one who was eaten and spit back up, I mean, he's just completely covered in goo. He's still trying to wipe it all off.
Yeah, look at all that goo. Not really mine. Yeah, I don't know.
I turned to the head honcho, the gnome, the head honcho gnome, and I'm like, do people normally pay for this leg of the journey?
I gotta be honest, no one's ever done it.
Well, even more reason to try it, Valentine.
The best policy.
Of course, the safety of our guests is our number one priority. We wouldn't offer if it wasn't 100% safe.
Do you guys have like rubber suits we can wear?
All right, I forgot you have a what's it called? Like a phobia of dirt.
Yeah.
No, not particularly. No.
Like a burlap sack or anything.
I gotta be honest with you. That's impressive, but I don't see any value in any of us getting eaten.
Yeah, y'all have not.
I message Hamlin. I'm like, you could just give him $50 and it would save you a trip to the dry cleaners.
Okay, I'm not gonna be eaten. Sorry. I'm very curious to know if it could eat one of our big guys, though. Wait. We should just force Lenora through.
Oh, that's true. Lenora can't talk.
She can't say no. She can't say no.
I feel like Lenora would do it though. Anyway,
Maybe.
Yeah,
All right.
Lenora's probably wasted at this point because she's drinking at every step. Well, actually, I don't really remember. Maybe she abstains.
All right. So let's assume everybody thinks Lenora would agree.
Yes,
All right.
100%.
All right. So Lenora agrees to do it, and the gnome helps her slide down into the arena, and not the same owlbear, the other one. It's a little larger. Walks up, and both the gnomes are pushing it in the rump towards her. It opens up its beak, and it gets over her head, and it's trying to pull her in, and she lets out a bit of a squeak as he finally tosses her up in the air, and she falls down into his stomach. The owlbear opens its mouth wide so that you can all see that she is gone, and then the gnomes are checking their pockets, and they're looking around, and one runs over to a barrel and starts digging in it. Boss, we don't have any more root grass.
Oh my god! Well, if there's nothing you can do, it's fine. Shit happens. We'll be on our way.
The gnome, he looks angry. He says, "Oh, you fools! Why, you know that we do this act every time. Why would you not have a stash of it?" And then one of the gnomes begins to laugh. "I was just joking, boss. Just for entertainment, everyone. Wanted to make sure you got your money's worth." And he reaches his pocket, pulls out some root grass, feeds it to the owlbear, who begins making gasping sounds and opens its mouth wide, and it stretches out its neck, and finally, with the disgusting slurping sound, Lenora comes flying out from his beaked mouth, falling to the ground, quite startled. She's covered in goo.
Thunderous applause from me. Just like I've never seen anything like that in my life. And I ordered 2 drinks.
That'll be 10 gold, sir. I hope everyone had a great time at the wondrous splendors of my circus.
Oh man, do it again.
Oh, we'll do it again for 50 gold, and I'd be happy to do it again.
No, I meant just the part where Lenora gets
All right, he is.
I took all this gold out of my inventory. Mine was what, $30? I mean 30 gold.
Yeah.
I mean, at the very least, we should all just like chip in and not make Lenora to have paid to be eaten, right? Like, that's the least we can have done.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
so
make sure you give her the 520 gold as well.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
I did do that.
Okay, great.
All right.
Do you need a AFK?
No, I'm good. I saw it. I replied.
Okay.
Our kids made it to the final championship, etc. of cheers, so it's pretty awesome.
Congratulations!
Nice.
Oh,
Wow.
Yep. Well, they were going anyway, but they won to where like they're paying to make them go. So like that's even better because they were gonna go. It was just gonna be on my dime. So really good news that it's not on my dime.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you won't have to take your shirt off for the chat as much next time.
All right, so the gnome leads you out. If you need any more drink or food or anything of that nature, don't be afraid to ask. And then he walks over as there is a man and a woman nearby, and he runs over and starts having. They start whispering to each other and having some kind of private conversation.
Okay. Are we suspicious of that at all, or is it just
It looks as though maybe they work there. They look like they've been cleaning poop or something. They got a lot of dirt and what looks like dung hanging off of them.
Okay. I check my pockets just to make sure I have all the gold that I came in with.
Everything seems normal.
What do you guys want to do? With the Krabic, I mean, Hamlin, you don't have that. You can't read thoughts, right? That's Krabic who can do
Wait.
that, right?
So I'm sorry. What suspicious happened that we just missed something?
He took the gnome. Told you guys if you need any more drink or food to let him know, and then he immediately went over and started talking with a man and a woman who look like maybe they work there. They got like dirt all over them and what looks like some kind of animal dung hanging off of them. He's just like kind of quietly whispering and talking to them.
Okay. Well, I'm like, well, that was that was great. That was fun, but we should be back on our way. Dragon cult and all, warehouse, etc.
Yeah, and it was evening when you started. It is now nighttime.
Okay.
But it's a clear night. Weather's good.
Okay, so I think we should go back and meet up with Krabic. We missed out on the time of his life. Because he's stubborn.
And Krabic is waiting with all the horses as you approach him.
Krabic, you missed it. I got eaten by an owlbear. Balasar slapped a halfling across the tent, and we all got our fortunes told.
Sounds great. Did you learn anything interesting or important when you got your fortunes told?
Oh, I come up a little tipsy, and I'm like, "There's a 5-headed dragon that we need
Certainly
to
didn't know that before.
Aware of." Oh
Right.
yeah.
I think the only new piece of information we learned was that we're gonna meet some sort of apparition at a fire, right?
Yeah. So actually, that being said, we really should stock up on some silver weapons or magical. Everyone should have some magical weapon because ghosts don't take damage from normal stuff.
Is this metagaming or is this?
No, this is
something that you would
common.
know?
This is common knowledge.
Yeah, you would know that. Yeah.
But also, I think Krabic, Hamlin, you're actually saying this to us now, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying that.
okay. My great sword is magic, so I'm in good shape.
My bow is magic, but my rapier is not.
That huge bow, the one you can't use.
That's true. Does anyone want a bow?
Oh yeah, he's got a +2 bow. Yeah, a
I
long bow.
feel
Right?
like I wouldn't hate it, but I feel like Balasar has been eyeing it for like.
No, in all honesty, I wouldn't be the first one to take it. I just was bringing it up as a person being like, oh yeah, well, what did we ever do with that? So Balasar would take it, but only after everyone else because I'm not going to use a bow most of the time.
Why don't we check and see if Lenora would want it, and if she does, then
Yeah.
Can clerics use bows?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, they can.
It's a long bow though, so it's like twice as long as my body, so I get disadvantage when I use it.
All right, well we'll wait till she gets back to see if, like when I say back, I mean like her whole unconscious is
Actually back, right?
One thing I was asking though, but my mic was broken. Remind us again where we are. We're outside of some walls of a city or something.
Yeah, you're not too far. It's still miles away, but it's close enough to where you can see Daggerford in the distance.
Are we in like a rural circus? Like, is this like
no?
a
This
country
is
stuff?
Yeah, this is totally. You're actually, if you guys can see the map, I'll draw a mark here. You guys are about here. You're almost through the through Trobark Forest.
Is there any other civilization, or is it just the circus set up?
Yeah, it's just like they set up the circus along this route just because they knew it was a merchant route or something.
All right, we should probably just check with them to see if they have accommodations and sleep at the circus.
I don't trust this circus. I'm not gonna sleep here.
We could also just sleep in the woods nearby.
It's also a clearing. It's a clear night. We can ride a little bit if we want to make up some time.
Yeah,
Since
I wouldn't
we
be surprised if part of their whole deal is, they entertain people until the night, then they follow them into the woods and fucking rob and murder them.
Yeah, okay. Kravik, the logical one of the group.
Historically not very trustworthy.
I mean, I thought we were going to have to free these people from subjugation, but they seem to be just making a living, so...
So then maybe we take watch then.
Well, I'm down to ride in the night.
I'll ride in the night.
All right, so you guys are going to continue traveling north?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you guys travel north through the night. When you do reach right past the Trobark Forest on the left, which now that's opened up, you can hear in the distance. You can hear that you're close to the ocean or the coastline to your west. There's still a dark forest on your right. You do start coming up on a fog that kind of settles across the ground, and up ahead you do see the light of a campfire up ahead to your right, just off the road.
Oh, great. Okay. Does anyone mind if I sneak in as a little sneaky guy?
Not a bit.
Okay.
No, if you ask, then go ahead. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell the group, stay down, stay off the road. I'm going in.
All right, you're going to creep up on the campfire and get close enough to see what's going on there?
I hope there's no ghosts. Yeah. I'm gonna creep up.
So you do creep up close enough to see, and you're in perfect stealth. It's dark, it's foggy, and as you get closer to the campfire, you don't see a ghost. You do see a man sitting on a stump in front of the campfire, and he's just looking at the fire.
Is he a well-dressed man?
Yeah, he's dressed fairly nice. He looks like a traveler. He's got some, dirt on his boots and that kind of thing, but he's dressed fairly nice. He's got brown hair. He's got a brown beard, and he's wearing a lot of green. He has a bow slung over his back.
Does he have any horses?
No horses.
Any traveling pack?
Yeah, he's got a couple of bags that he's taken off that are laying beside the stump beside him.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep my eyes on him and send a message back, and it says it just seems to be a random guy camping out here. I don't think he doesn't seem dangerous or anything like that.
If he's already got a fire going, maybe we could join him.
Yeah, I'm pretty pooped from that long night ride.
All right. So is the group going to approach him?
Yeah.
So as you guys are trotting along with the horses...
Yeah, we all. I think you better ask Krabbit because he's...
Yeah, see a problem with this.
Okay. He does hear the horses coming, and he kind of spins. He doesn't stand up, but he spins and is peering through the darkness and sees you kind of approaching, and he seems a little nervous, but he does raise his hand. Hell, friend or foe?
Friend.
Best friends.
Are you on your way to Daggerford as well as I?
Aye.
We are, and we are tired.
I could enjoy the company. I was traveled quite a long way by myself. If you come join me at the fire, I have no food, I'm sorry, but we can keep each other company through the night and finish our journey in the morning.
We have rations, right?
Yeah, we can feed him.
Oh no, no, thank you. I'm fine. I ate earlier. I caught a rabbit or two. I am quite the ranger. So I'm fine. I just meant I had nothing additional to offer.
Gotcha.
So all right. Well, I sit down across from him, kind of eyeing him, just making sure of things, and I start eating.
You can do You can always do an insight if you want to.
Yep.
Oh yeah, can I do that?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Just get his general vibes.
Stop metagaming.
I'm not
but also thank you.
I'm
Insight?
gonna. Sorry, go ahead.
I think I have to roll insight, right?
Yeah. All right, you got a pretty good feel of the guy. I mean, he seems honest. He seems like just a hardworking guy. Looks tired, but seems honest.
I'm gonna divine sense.
Sure. All right. So you don't sense anything evil.
Okay,
What
I
about
don't sense.
undead?
That's the
Oh, true.
idea is.
So
I would sense a celestial, a fiend, or an undead.
he does ping as undead.
Oh!
What?
All right. I pull out my I pull out my, what did I have? I guess I had a symbol, an amulet, and I say, "Don't eat because you can't, Spectre."
And I'm just like, what are you doing?
He holds up his hands. Please, what do you want? Please, I thought you said you were friends.
We are to the living.
He seems to be shocked by you saying that. What are you saying?
You are a ghost. You are a fiend and undead. And and make yourself scarce, or I shall bring Torm's might against you.
Oh my god.
As you say that, he vanishes.
Oh my gosh. Let's hope he wasn't one of those ghosts that didn't know he was dead, like Bruce Willis.
I turn around and I say,
What? You see dead people.
This helped us. The guy spoke true. The soothsayer spoke true. He was not of this world. He was undead. Thankfully, we stayed at that carnival and saved ourselves. You're welcome, everyone.
Question for you, Balasar.
Yes.
Are all ghosts evil?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Like, is it and is it against, like, does your religion believe in good ghosts?
There are certainly the spirits of the holy, the greatly holy, do linger and help travelers, but yes, but they don't sit near a fire all that much.
So you're just trying to lure us in?
I don't.
I'm just trying to understand, because, like, if he was a good ghost, and
He's basically just trying to say he didn't really think that far ahead.
I'm just trying to get into a minute. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Maybe next time we should let the ghost talk a little bit first.
Depending on the circumstances, maybe.
All right, Hamlin stands up
All
and he
right,
says,
Wait.
Okay.
So I'm going to say, Bala says, all right, I promise you all, the next time we meet a ghost or an undead person, I will allow it to talk first.
I mean, listen,
before I do anything against it.
If it looks like a demon, I'm not saying let it talk first, but I'm just saying.
Oh, what does a demon look like, huh? Oh, does it have boots or a fire? Ah, I see now. I detect evil.
Did you detect evil, or did you just detect undead?
I detected ghost, and you're right. So I say, I promise you, next time we see. Oh, Hang on, my earpods died.
Okay,
You sound better though.
yeah,
So
I'm just
whatever
gonna
you did.
I'm gonna stand up and shout into the forest. Apparition, are you still out there? Are you watching us?
You hear nothing but
We
silence.
seem to have been hasty in stealing your fire. Is the fire still going?
Yes, the fire's still going.
Nice. So it was at least able to make real fires.
I sit by the fire, still pretty sure I did good.
As you guys begin to relax around the fire and contemplate the intentions of the ghost, a man comes walking towards the campfire. He came from the forest to the east, and he sees you there, and he stops in his tracks and begins backing away back into the forest.
Get him!
Hell! No, get him.
Hey, you don't need to be afraid of us. You can come hang out if you want.
He very cautiously begins approaching the camp. I made this fire. Where did you come from?
He made this fire.
We just found this fire and we're quite tired and hoped that we were taking a gamble that whoever made it would be okay with sharing some of its warmth with us.
Mm.
I kind of look over at Hamlin and I'm trying to gauge if he's purposefully leaving out the ghost.
Yeah, I not so subtly am like, yes.
The guy, he begins backing away again. He says, you can have the fire. I should probably continue on to Daggerford. And he begins walking north.
Yeah,
Wait,
what are you doing in
Traveler.
Daggerford?
Wait, traveler.
Well, I have some business there, I guess you could say.
I would like to cast detect thoughts on this gentleman.
All right, you detect thoughts, and he's scared because he has something very valuable on him, and he thinks you're thieves.
Hammond's like, maybe he's right.
I do not tell Hamlin about that.
Me, a thief?
All right, so he's just walking north now into the
I
darkness.
say, listen, I know that there are thieves out in the forest, and if you are at all concerned for your own safety, you should hang out here.
Listen, fellas. I don't know what kind of mess you guys have been into, but
Actually, you can't say fellows because Lenora's here.
Oh, yeah. Excuse me, everyone. I don't know what kind of mess you've gotten yourselves into, but the woman sitting there smells quite foul and looks quite dirty, and you carrying some gems on you, I see, and quite a bit of them, from what I gathered, and I just don't want any trouble. I just would like to be on my way.
No trouble whatsoever. We're not gonna. What do you think we're gonna do?
I kind of look over at Lenora and I'm like, it does kind of smell now. Must be the bugbear.
Listen, man, you can do what you want, but we're good people. We're just trying to look out for you, buddy.
I appreciate it, and if you are indeed being truthful, then I apologize for my rudeness, but I am fine for traveling through the night. Thank you very much. And he turns and begins walking a little faster this time.
All right, now I turn to everybody to go. He's got something like really valuable on him. I don't know if you guys want to rob him or anything, but I'm also just fine letting him go.
I'm sure.
Okay, at this, I don't. At hearing this, I don't necessarily say let's rob him, but I definitely be like, he's out in the woods all alone. That's not safe. We need to follow him. And then I begin tailing him, be like, wait, sir.
Yes, and he's trying to walk faster to get away from you.
Like, what can I do to convince you just to come back and hang out at your fire with us? And just tell us of your travels. We'd love to hear of happenings on the roads. I'm trying to be as warming and comforting as possible.
Well, roll persuasion for me if you don't mind, because he's pretty scared.
I will. Persuasion. I can never remember which one I'm good at, so... Oh, shit, I didn't mean to do both, so... I accidentally rolled 2, so just take the first...
The 14? Okay. Yes.
Or I can roll again.
Yeah, just roll again. Yeah, just roll again.
Stop cheating.
I truly didn't mean to. Okay.
All right. Yes, sir. I'm sure that you're fine people. To be quite honest with you, I have something quite valuable on me, and I would rather just head on my way if you'll let me be on my way, please.
Oh wow, brutally honest. Well, I guess I just point blank valuable. What is it?
It's a necklace. It's a necklace of some value. Yes.
Okay. And what are you doing in Daggerford? Are you planning on selling it in Daggerford?
He's beginning to sweat. You can see the sweat coming from his brow. Yes, I plan on selling it quite right away. As quick as possible to get it off of me. To be quite honest, it's driving me mad that I'll have it stolen from me.
Well,
am I close enough to detect this guy's thoughts again?
Sure.
I'm gonna detect thoughts, and I'm gonna ask him, "What is the deal with the necklace?"
He replies back that it's a necklace of prayer beads. Each bead has some kind of magical power.
I want to say,
is that what he thinks also?
Yes.
I'm going to say... Oh, sorry.
So it's the same, so he's not lying.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that, like, well, we are travelers of, like, we are not poor, so, maybe you just want to sell it to us and be done with your worries even earlier.
This could be fortuitous then. So he reaches into a small bag on his belt and he produces a necklace. It does have aquamarine, black pearl, topaz beads kind of hanging off of it. You see some blood. You're a gem specialist, so you do see amber, bloodstone, jade, pearl, all dangling from the necklace. He points at each one and says that each one of these beads is some sort of spell.
Wait, I would like to cast Identify on this necklace.
All right.
And I would like to just generally appraise it with my jewel crafting skill, just to I like the cut of the gem, the value, the craftsmanship.
Sure.
All that.
So first, Krabik, you do recognize it is the necklace of prayer beads, and the man's not lying. Each one of these beads has each one is a different spell. And there are 7 spells in total that each bead is used as a spell. So it has 7 spells on it, and it is a magical item. And Hamlin, you kind of appraise it with your general knowledge. Now, of course, it would be worth a lot anyway, just because of the gems or beads that are on it. However, in this case, being that they're magical in nature, you would assume this would probably go for at least 800 gold.
Whoo!
Do I know what the spells are? The different spells that each of the gems have?
Roll me a Arcana. Sure. So one would cast Bless, one would cast Cure Wounds, second level. Another would cast Greater Restoration. Another would cast Branding Smite. Another is a summon, Planar Ally. And the last is Windwalk.
And presumably these are one-time casts. Is that
Yes.
how these types of prayer beads work?
Yes.
So I would like to just maybe insinuate that how valuable it would be just to put this out of your mind and so that you can rest easy by your fire again. Maybe we can go sell it at Daggerford for him for at least as long as he sells it to us with enough to make up the markup price.
Well, I honestly don't know what it's worth, but I would sell it to you for, let's say, 500 gold. I expected to at least get that.
Yeah, well, you're truly in luck because I am actually a certified gem artisan. I produce any credentials that I might have if I do have them. And I'm sorry I can't do 500, but I would have to be the luckiest man on the planet to find a buyer for 500, but I could certainly do it for 250.
All right, roll me a, what's it called, Deception.
With the expectation that I'll probably sell it for 300 in the city.
Okay.
Deception. God, I always roll bad when I roll. Ooh.
Oh, that was good. Oh, okay. I believe you. I see all the gems that you have, and 250 would be life-changing for me. So he holds it out to you and has his other hand out for gold.
Okay, big dollar signs appear in my eyes, and then I do make the trade. This is great. I love this.
All right, let me find the item, and I'll drop it in for you.
Let's see, 6. Let's see. Oh man, really bad at math. Okay. Okay, so I got that, and I'm saying, well, now that you don't have an item that you are worried about, why don't you come back and share some stories with us around the fire? And
indeed, friend. Thank you very much. And he does join you at the fire. Let me drop this in your inventory real quick. All right, that is it. I'm gonna have to.
hopefully it's not haunted with a ghost or anything.
I mean, that when I cast Identify, it should have told us that, right?
Right.
What was the summon spell? It was summon something?
Summon from the celestial plane?
Yeah, Planar Ally.
Wow. That's so cool.
All right, and so he joins you at the fire. Unless you guys have specific questions for him, you guys just kind of jabber on through the night. He seems pretty excited that he got that off of his hands and has a pocket full of gold, but he doesn't appear to want to go to sleep. He still seems to be a little bit cautious that he'll have the gold robbed from him.
Did you guys, did you happen to meet any couple living in a small cottage south of here?
A couple? No, I did not.
Good. You lucked out.
Yeah, I just got here, maybe an hour ago. And is this a cottage nearby?
Oh, to the south of here, but I wouldn't go that direction.
Oh, indeed. I'm headed to Daggerford, and then I'll probably head east to Succomber from there. Did you happen to pass by that horrendously rip off of a circus on your way through.
I wouldn't call it a rip-off exactly, but...
Oh, so you went inside? I had just assumed it was some sort of scam. I didn't trust the gnome and kept going.
Interesting.
But they swallowed our companion whole.
Ah, that's why she stinks so much. I see. Swallowed by what?
A bugbear.
Owlbear.
Owlbear.
An owlbear.
Oh,
Sorry.
well, I guess that's definitely worth seeing for 10 gold.
Yeah, it was a little more than that, but...
Ah, indeed. They get you in there and then they charge you even more, I see.
Oh, now I'm regretting that whole trip, but whatever.
I still was entertained. That was the most entertainment I've seen in a while, so I do not regret it
All right.
one iota.
So I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna casually just be like, well, we're all sitting around a campfire. Does anyone have any good ghost stories? And I'm going to scan the man's face to see if he reacts at all.
Yeah, he seems excited by that. Oh, they say there is a ranger that haunts these woods. His name is Gruth. He died several years ago, right here on Tradeway Road. They say that he appears and gives travelers advice and helps them along their way.
So long as you don't
really?
threaten them? Is that also part of it?
Oh, wait, can you say that part one more time? That gives them advice and what else?
He helps them on their way, they say. Of course, it's probably just a
helps them
fairy
on-
tale.
Just a fairy tale. One would only hope, huh, Balasar?
What do you think would happen if somebody was like really mean to that ghost?
Oh, I have no idea. I've never heard of that. They say he's very kind and very easy to get along with. I would like to tell you how he died, though. This is one.
Yeah, how'd he die?
This is one for the
You
ages.
taking a short rest or a long rest? Because I think I'm already asleep.
You're faking it.
So it turns out that one night he was hunting for some rabbit, and he pulled his bow, and no one knows how skilled he truly was, but apparently he missed the rabbit, and the arrow ricocheted and hit him in his own head.
What?
Well, you know what? Then maybe we dodged a bullet here.
Yeah, I don't need any advice from that guy. If I see him again, I'm going to give him advice.
That sounds like the clumsiest ranger I've ever heard of. What did you say his name was again?
His name is Gruth. He actually was quite popular in town some years ago. He visited, what's the name of that tavern? The Lady Luck Tavern. He was known to visit there up in Daggerford and drink quite a bit there. You mentioned him in that tavern, and I'm sure that you'll probably get a discount.
Well, I like that.
Yes.
All right. Well, have you ever seen him?
No. I didn't live in Daggerford or anything when he was alive, and I've never run across him. I've only heard the stories and the tales of him haunting the woods.
Well, sounds good. Oh, I wanted to ask, where did you get this prayer beads?
I don't know. Listen, I really am an honest guy, but I did happen across a caravan, and it was quite large. This was some months ago, and happened across some spilled goods, and most of it seemed like junk, but I did find this item, and I guess it's stealing, but I mean, they had abandoned it and moved on. It was just a crate that had fallen over, and decided to take it. I knew it was worth something, but had it appraised, and down in Baldur's Gate at one point, and they told me it had magical value, but I couldn't find a buyer in Baldur's Gate. They actually asked me to go all the way to Waterdeep, but I figured I could probably find someone to buy it in Daggerford.
Was this caravan? Did you happen to see any individuals wearing purple robes?
They were quite far when I approached. I could just see the dust kicking off. I could tell it was a very large group, and the crate was just left there broken.
Can you describe anything else of the junk that was in this crate? Just any emblems or signs that were on these items?
There was a ring. I don't remember it having any particular markings. It seemed like costume jewelry. So I just tossed it back into the crate. And there was a couple of other broken items, random things. I do have to admit there was quite a bit of gold. Of course, I spent all of that by now.
Of course, as you do.
Indeed.
Well, glad that now you have some more gold to spend, and I'm gonna go to Daggerford with your necklace.
Right.
Should we just... he doesn't want to sleep with us, so... I mean,
Yeah,
he doesn't want to sleep near us, so we're just gonna take a rest and...
Head
Alright.
to Daggerford in the morning.
All right, I'm going to set everybody up with a long rest real quick.
We don't even need a long rest, but I just want to wait till morning.
All right, so you guys sleep through the night. When you awaken, the man is gone. You check all your things. It doesn't appear he stole anything. And it's a nice clear day. It's a little foggy just because it's early morning. The campfire has went completely out through the night, and the road stretches forward a few miles to Daggerford.
Man, I wonder what it would have been like to meet that ghost.
That must have been nice. Are you gonna sell that that necklace that you got?
Do they fill me in on the ghost, on what he said about the ghost, or was I not asleep when I was just there?
Yeah, we're gonna tell you he was actually the nicest ghost, and
You
it was
scared away
Casper.
Casper.
Yeah, it was
What was
Casper. You banished
What was
Casper.
his name? What was his name
Gruth.
again?
Gruth. Gruth.
He was Gruth.
Okay. Ruth. Ah, I see. Well, I've learned my
Yeah,
lesson, and I promise
mean-
you, again, the next ghost I see, I will not at all react negatively to until
No,
we
I'm
determine.
not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm
Too
just saying
late. Too late.
Mm.
Great.
Right.
My
Great.
word
Hamlin,
is my vow.
are you gonna sell that necklace or are you gonna keep that necklace?
I'm gonna keep it until I want to use it or sell it.
Yeah, there's a lot of really dope spells on that, so
Where
I would
are you
recommend
keeping that, by
it.
the way? Are you putting that in with the gems, or are you
I'm
wearing
going to,
it?
I'm going to wear it,
Okay.
but under my shirt.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So, what do you guys want to do?
Continue on.
Do we want to try one more? Do you have any spells where you could summon forth this hapless ghost?
I certainly don't.
Let me see what I can do. I don't think I have anything. Maybe Lenora does. I don't think we can really summon undead. We can turn undead,
Yeah.
which was basically what I was going to do.
We
but-
could do a seance. We could, a Ouija board it.
You have to wait for night, I think.
Yeah.
Ah.
I think we should just.
Yeah, let's just keep going, y'all.
Well, we could go to that tavern and be like, yo, we saw a ghost. Does anyone know anything else about that?
Yeah, but if he was offering us any advice,
We were not getting it now.
it's all. It's
Yeah,
shit
maybe-
now, but
Maybe if he had said, oh, yeah, legend has it, he gives everyone 1,000 gold.
Right.
Then I'd be like, oh, let's try to find that ghost again.
Yeah.
all right. I think we just make our way to Daggerford.
All right. So you guys travel. It does take a couple of days. Nothing really happens. You guys make you camp on the way there. One night's uneventful. And about midday, you're coming up on the gate. There's a moat running around Daggerford. It's got high walls to protect it, and but the drawbridge is down, so you can walk directly in. However, as you start getting closer, there's some trees around close to the entrance to the bridge going across the moat, and you do notice there's a group of guards, and they're all like running around, hammering some sort of posting signs up on the trees. As you approach the bridge, 2 guards are standing there, and the other guards are they're just posting signs all over the trees.
Do we see what the signs say?
Would you like to approach them and start looking at them?
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it looks like it's wanted signs. You see a couple of faces, a gnome, a dwarf. You see a human face. Nobody you recognize. However, then eventually you do run across a face you certainly do recognize. It's a picture painted of Balasar, and it says he's wanted for murder of 2 Daggerford twins. 1,000 gold reward.
What did you do? Wait, do we recognize the twins as the
Shapeshifters?
the
Snake women.
the slutty bitches?
You could assume, but there's no picture of the twins. It just says for murder of the Daggerford twins.
Okay.
Oh my
So
God.
is it?
No, the Daggerford twins, so not the Dragonspear twins.
Or maybe they came from.
That was at
Daggerford.
just to remind everybody, that was before you got to Dragonspear in a random roadside inn that you saw them.
Yeah, so it could have been the 2 from there, and they may have traveled from Daggerford. We're gonna have to figure out a way to and see.
All
what
right.
Balas
Well,
are.
I back away from that sign.
I cast a minor illusion, and I turned Balthazar into a different-looking dragonborn.
All right, changes color. What exactly do you do?
Changes color. Give him a Van Dyke. I think he would look good with a Van Dyke.
I don't know what that is.
I give him a Van Dyke is it's like a baseball player's facial hair, where it's just like the mustache and the goatee and nothing else. I also give him an earring and a nose ring and a chain that combines the two.
He's starting to look like the kind of guy that would have fallen for the twins. So that's
Yeah, he seems like a member of Motley Crue as a dragon.
An ear and a nose ring and a chain between those 2. Okay.
Now you're gonna have to act the part now, Balasar.
What color
nothing.
What
You're
color
blue
am
now.
I? Blue? Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
So no
I hate
drag.
blue.
You gotta act like a tougher dragon maybe than you were, and maybe not this like righteous stuff that you're spout out. Do you think
You're
you
a
can
cold
do that?
dragon now, so act cold.
Mm.
So we don't recognize any of the other wanted posters, just Balasar.
yeah. But you do make mental notes, so if you do see one, you would recognize them.
Okay, and so just to clarify, this is not the 2 shapeshifters that we killed in.
No, we don't know. We
don't know. It might be.
Yeah, it might be. It just seems suspicious for sure, since those were twins. This is a lot. That keep in mind this is a long way where that inn was from Daggerford.
Yeah, but this is just my personal assumption. Hamlin is saying this. I'm pretty sure that this cult has, abilities to communicate faster than their caravan. They could be, if they can't catch us, they could certainly be calling ahead to, authorities that they have moles in and things like that, and telling lies, spreading lies. They're trying to stop us by any means possible, I'm sure.
For your viewers who may not have been there, what did Balasar actually kill the twins?
No, if I remember correctly, the final hits on them.
Wasn't it Lenora?
Yeah. Well, I don't think it was Lenora.
Somebody
I
was.
it was Krabic, wasn't it?
No, I thought it was Troanic, because Troanic was the only one awake because he was talking to Green MC, and then,
Oh,
But
right.
he didn't find
No,
him by himself.
we
No.
fought in the hallway. We fought in the hallway.
We all
up top.
thought Tronic got slammed for like 30 damage or something by one of them.
Yeah.
They were strong. Yeah.
I don't remember. Well, either way, okay. I just for your viewers' sake, I wanted them to be reminded what happened that time. Not that I forgot or anything. Okay.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, unless there's anything else we should discuss, I guess let's continue through this town, right?
Right.
Okay,
So our goal,
so-
we're going
So
through
Krabic
Daggerford.
tells me what I look like now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And am I aware, like, if someone casts minor illusion on me, am I aware of what I look like, or do I need someone to tell me or something? Just curious.
have you heard of a mirror?
Yeah, Nathan, do you feel it if someone casts minor
Yeah.
illusion on you?
Yeah, I would assume that you at least know that something has changed about you. I don't know if you know
Aren't
every detail.
as a dragonborn, do you feel magic more than a regular person? That's a question for anybody.
I don't really know.
I don't think
No
so.
idea.
I don't think so, because, like, I don't even have dark vision or something like that. Like, I don't have everything, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Possibly, but I don't know.
All right. Well, just in case, I let him know what it looks like.
Yeah, you would definitely feel it and be able to at least touch your face and feel the weird facial hair and the composition had changed, I would assume.
All right. I say, I all of a sudden, I crave craft beers. Is there I look around, I say, microbrew?
Okay, so we have to go to the warehouse, which is north of here, right? North of Daggerford.
Isn't it north of Waterdeep, or what do the guys tell us?
Yeah, they said that it was north.
Yeah,
Yes,
north of
in
Daggerford.
between. He said it was in between Daggerford and Waterdeep. He said you couldn't miss it. It was a large warehouse.
All right.
Just north. But do you want to stop at the inn first, or do you want to just keep going?
I mean, I don't really think we need anything in this town. We could just head on over to the warehouse.
I say, wait. Two things. Obviously, in case this is an axe throwing bar, we have to go in. But did they not mention that it was well guarded? Perhaps
Yeah.
someone nearby works here or knows a better way to get in than walking to the front. No.
Wait, aren't we several days still from Waterdeep?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
pace
but
you guys are
if-
going, at least 2 days probably to get to Waterdeep.
Mhm.
From Waterdeep, but isn't the thing north of Daggerford not north of
Oh,
Waterdeep?
I'm sorry. I told you a lie earlier. It is north of Waterdeep a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Then, as long as it's not axe throwing, we can avoid it. That's fine.
Mm,
Yeah, he said you go up through. He said you go up by the Mirror of Dead Men, and then you'll see it.
Yeah.
Do we need to go through this town to get there? Does anybody-
Well, there's a moat, and it does connect to to a river to the east and west. It does look like it gets quite wide after the moat. So you could try to go around if you wanted.
Does anybody need anything from the town?
I just think we pass through the town. It's a little easier of a commute.
I need some more caltrops.
Mm.
All right, so why don't we go shopping and then we'll make
Yeah,
this
just- We are kind of
Just-
approaching 10, so like
Yeah.
stopping in a town is a great idea, I think.
Yeah.
Also, maybe there's some women in town that Balasar needs to explain that he's polyamorous to.
Yeah, that's true. I keep my eye out for any twins that might.
Can everybody see the map?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so it has a list at the bottom left of all the places that are in the town, anything you guys want to do. If you want to do some shopping, I believe you guys can actually just open up the items, and no, probably not. Well, in any case, just let me know what you want to do, and we can play it out.
I am looking at this list.
Well, why don't we find an inn for the evening and get a room, and then we can go shopping.
This feels like the map at the mall where you have to like look at the numbers.
Yeah.
I want to go to the Wall of Towers.
I'll tell you, if there's anywhere here where I could look up information about Tiamat and try to figure out what the ritual to bring Tiamat into this realm is, that's what I want to do. Because as the researcher, I have knowledge of where to find out things that I want to find out.
Yeah,
guys, but also they have a lizard's gizzard here.
I don't know what that means. Is that like a Dave and Buster's?
Yeah,
It's like a rainforest.
Is that like a Dave and Buster's?
So this is more like a kind of a farmer's town. There's not really even a library or anything in this town. Of course, you do know that Waterdeep would definitely be a great place for that.
I figured.
I flag down a random pedestrian walking past and I say, "You, good sir, tell me about the lizard's gizzard. What type of place is it?"
She's like, I am a madam.
Do I need to purchase tokens to play the various frivolities they have available? Are there wings?
Well, the lizard's gizzard is it's owned by a half orc named Sasha. It's a boarding house.
Interesting. That is a lot less cool than I thought it was going to be, but okay. So long-term staying, I guess.
Well, Lady Luck Tavern was where they told us about the Rangers, so maybe that's a good place to stay for the night. But we could also try to go shopping first if you guys want, or we could just call it a night. And
I would go shopping for armor and weapons. Whichever ones. I guess those would be the smithies, or is there like one that's an armor? I mean, we don't have to do that. I don't have to do that now. I can do that another time, but that's fine.
Okay, yeah. So I can shoot you off a couple of things here. The armor in town has quite a bit of leather, some padded
These
armor.
splints?
What's that?
I'm looking specifically for splint mail.
There's definitely a tannery in town. Looks like.
Or anything magical. That's better. Anything like chaining up that's magical.
I don't think any of us. I don't think any of us have magical armor. There was that one magical armor that wasn't that good.
No. Yeah, we don't have one yet, but we're in a town.
Right. I don't know. I'm just.
Oh, you're just saying. I see. Gotcha.
Well, there is splint armor of acid resistance for sale for 4,000 gold.
Well, you never know when you're going to get
armor
acid on you.
Of acid resistance, that's the only splint that's there?
There's also regular splint. Let's see, Mariner's splint armor. That one is 400 gold. Let's see.
Mariner's splint armor?
Yeah, that is strength 15. It does have magic. While wearing this armor, you have a swimming speed equal to your walking speed. And whenever you start... What? Oh, when you start your turn underwater with 0 hit points, the armor causes you to rise 60 feet toward the surface, and it's decorated with fish and shell motifs.
Ooh, fish and shell motifs, you say?
I mean, that's affordable.
AC is 17.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to... with this splint, I'm going to say, like... a beautiful armor it is, but I mean, these seem like Waterdeep prices, if you know what I mean. Perhaps we could come down on these a little, blue dragon to person.
Okay, so roll me a perception. I'm not perception, I'm persuasion. Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
You strike a hard bargain. I tell you, I mean, it's worth every gold piece of 400, but How about we drop it down to 300? That's basically robbing me.
Well, how about I make up for that by selling you my chain as well, and we'll do some sort of trade. Let's say 250. If I give you the chain that I have and you give me the splint.
I mean, that chain armor is probably worth about 10 gold. I don't know if that's quite the deal I'm bargaining for. How about
I just rolled
275?
a 20.
How about 275 and the chain?
275 and the chain. Okay, done.
All right, deduct 275. I'll drop it in your inventory.
All right, thank you.
I would love to know, like, I don't know what you're seeing on your end, Nate, but I would love to know what Helmic's Herbs and Oddments sells.
All right, give me 1 second. What was it called? Let me find it here.
It's number 40. It's Helmic's Herbs and Oddments.
Okay, 1 second.
I didn't know if it was very easy to like pull up the item list based on the place or not, but
Yeah, it's so it's a that is not it. Hang on. Yeah, it looks as though it just mainly sells literally herbs. They do have some potions as well. Pretty standard though, healing potions.
Okay, never mind.
I am looking for some jewelry of
Okay.
some sort. Something magical, perhaps a ring or a.
Oh, speaking of that, I'll share it after the. I just got engaged, IRL. Woohoo!
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Although it's out of your price range, you do find while you're shopping around a bag of devouring. However, it's for sale for 45,000 gold. In the same shop, they do sell ball bearings, which may be of note to Hamlin.
What is a bag of devouring?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's like a bag of holding, but it's like a very much larger, extra-dimensional space inside. And also it's alive, the bag. It can sense whatever's placed inside the bag. And if you you can put an animal or a vegetable type matter in there, and it will actually devour it, and it's gone forever.
One of Hamlin's horses.
I definitely want one of those.
So you
And
can put stuff in there, and the stuff will be safe. But if you put food or an animal in there, it will always get eaten. Or can you tell the bag not to eat it?
yeah, yeah, as a matter of fact, it does. And even when you reach in the bag, there's a 50% chance that you're pulled inside the bag.
Oh man,
Wow. That sounds lovely.
what a deal! What a steal
Yeah.
at 4,500.
Yeah, let's see
Yeah.
what else here.
Nothing in my price range.
You find a jeweled platinum ring. That's 7,500 gold. There are rings,
Good night.
but they don't seem magical or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I was looking for. I'm pretty happy with my sword and my armor for now.
Yeah. I want to ask the innkeeper, where did you get this bag of devouring? And why?
Oh, just something an adventurer brought in.
Gotcha.
I mean, you could
Can't-
technically throw an orc in there or something, and well,
Yeah.
not an orc. It's-
You could like convince a stupid orc to like look in the bag.
Yeah, to reach
Can I
in.
give the bag to my bat and then have the bat fly the bag onto the head of a dragon?
I don't think it would hold a dragon. I don't think it's that big.
I don't want to put the whole dragon in, just the head.
Maybe.
All right.
Sorry, Nathan. At some point, you're gonna have to tell me what the other abilities of this splint armor are, because I don't. It doesn't say them in the thing.
You can swim fast, and you can, if you go unconscious, you can float up to the surface.
Okay, swim fast. Great.
So
Yeah.
basically, you're awesome at underwater battling right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
And 17 AC. It should have also given you when you equipped it.
Yep. I got that up.
All right.
What's
anything?
What's the decorated man? I'm interested in that.
Let's see.
Are there any fine hat or shirt salesmen?
That seems like a shop like made just for you, Hamlin.
Yeah.
Yeah, the decorated man, that's pretty much, they sell nice, noble type clothing.
All right. I would like to buy a very, very fine vest. I would like, if they have one.
All right, let me see.
Or who cares? I don't know. Whatever they have. I like to spread some gold around sometimes, you know?
Okay, we do have some here. They have a cloth of gold vestments. It's only 25 gold.
Wow.
Very fancifully decorated.
I mean, what article of clothing is it?
It's a vest, and it covers your torso. It fans out a little bit at the hips with a bit of fluff there, and it has it's arranged with cloth that is dyed in a way that it shimmers and looks like gold.
Oh, I'll most certainly take it. And everyone remembers I have the very fine plumed hat as well, right?
Yes. That
So
guy tried to buy off of you.
I'm starting to look very, very
All right.
fly.
Deduct 25 gold. I just dropped it in your inventory.
Okay.
Cloth of gold vestments.
I'm gonna head to the Lady Luck Tavern while I'm assuming Krabick is gonna go shopping or not.
Yeah, what did you want, Krabick?
Oh, I mean, nothing that has been said so far has tickled my fancy. So,
I mean, you might want to check out the stock at the Decorated Gentleman.
It's a decorated man. Okay.
Nah, the only thing I'd be interested in are like magical items or books that have good information in them. And it does not sound. It sounds like we've already gone through all the magical stuff, and there's no books in this town. So
yeah, the only thing you find as you're shopping around town is an item, a rare item called the Robe of Eyes. It has eye patterns all over it, and lets you see in all directions. You have advantage on wisdom or perception checks that rely on sight. You have dark vision to a range of 120 feet. You can see invisible creatures and objects, and you can see into the ethereal plane at a range of 120 feet. The eyes on the robe is how you do it. The eyes actually work, and it has a light spell that it can cast, which gives you 5 feet from the robe. If you cast it on an enemy, it can cause them to be. It does cause them to be blinded for 1 minute, giving them disadvantage rolls.
how much is it?
It is 1,500 gold.
Oh, I don't have that. All right, good going though.
All right, I'm also getting a shave and a haircut and some caltrops from the blacksmith or whatever, if
All right.
if I can.
How many caltrops?
You know, I think that I just need like 10 to replenish my bag. So
Okay, they come in a bag of 20 for 1 gold.
okay, I'll do 30. I have 30 now. So
All right, just
and then how
add.
much is a shave and a haircut?
We'll just say 1 gold.
Okay, I'm looking fly. Actually, was it a good haircut or do I need to roll?
Yeah, let's roll. Let's roll for it. I like that. Let's roll and see if it looks good or not. What would that be? Let's see. Roll me a...
I would do a save against charisma or something.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, charisma charisma saving throw.
To see if I can pull it off.
Yeah. Mhm.
See if you described it well enough for them to give you the proper haircut you were looking for.
I don't think in all of my years I've ever rolled a charisma saving throw, but
I didn't even realize that was a thing, to be honest. All right. It's okay. You've had better. You've had better. But it's
yet,
not embarrassing or anything.
and yet Hamlin is 100% convinced it's the greatest haircut in the world.
Yeah, you just got a few like whisker points you got to kind of slick back, or it'll kind of stick out. That's all.
That's what you get for going to Supercuts, dude.
I go up to Hamlin and I'm like, I have some beard oils we could trade.
All right, so Tronic went into the Lady Luck Tavern. When he walks in, there's two commoners arguing. There's only two tables. It's a small tavern. There's at one of the tables. There's two commoners. They're arguing back and forth about something about chicken. And there is a dwarven lady behind the counter cleaning some glasses.
Oh, I forgot to ask the guys, by the way, where we wanted. And sorry, and Lenora, where we wanted. Do we want like a nice tavern, or we want? This place seems like kind of like Hotel 6, but I'm not sure.
I think we should sleep at the Lady Luck Tavern and get some info about that ghost.
Okay, that's where I am, so that works. It's also right at the entrance and across from the marketplace, so makes sense. Okay, so I asked the dwarven innkeep. I say we'll need 3 rooms, please.
Oh, I'm so sorry to tell you this. We don't have rooms here. We're only a tavern. But I would recommend the Silver Flood Inn. That's got very nice rooms.
Would it change anything? Would it change anything if we told you we saw a ghost?
What sort of ghost did you see?
Are you with me? I guess you're with me, Hamlin.
Yeah, he walked in and just busted in. It was like, what
I didn't even see him because he had a new haircut. I didn't even recognize him. Oh, Hamlin. Looking good, dude.
What do you mean, seen a ghost? What are you talking about?
Oh, I heard a little story of a ghost that roams these woods, and I think we had an interaction with a man who looked to be hunting rabbits in the woods.
Oh my goodness. You seen Gruth?
Yes.
I have to ask. I have to know that you're not lying. Describe him to me.
I describe him in perfect detail.
Oh my goodness, that was him. That was Gruth. I've heard that he haunts the woods south of here, but I didn't think it was real. But that was him. He used to come here all the time. He was a great patron. We have some delicious food. I'd be happy to supply you with. We have crab stuffed lobster tail tonight. I could feed you and your group just for if you just share the tale of what happened with Gruth and what he told you. I'll share food, and we have drinks too. We have grog, but if you're into that, but I'd be willing to part with some rice wine to help wash down the lobster tail.
Wow. Yes to all of that.
If only
we had a
Fife
bard.
was here.
Yeah.
Only Fife was here to tell the tale.
So,
well, who has the highest charisma? Can roll a high performance to tell
Maybe I do, but I don't know that I'm there. Am I there?
Oh, I don't know. I probably
actually I probably don't have the highest charisma.
You were in the marketplace, let's say, because you were shopping, so you would have seen them go in. You would know where they are.
Okay.
Since everybody was shopping.
What does everybody have for charisma?
I'm 14. That's as high as I got. So I don't know if anyone else is higher.
I'm also 14, and I sort of initiated the convo. So
go ahead.
Can I roll a performance to?
Hold on, what's Lenora have?
Oh,
yeah, that's a good point. Let me check.
She probably has good charisma because she's a cleric.
Then again, is she going to embellish the story quite as well as me?
That's true. Go for it, Riggy.
Yeah, I think you should go for it. I mean, let me check her charisma, because if it's better, we could just roll that if you want me to. But you could still do the role play. I'm on the wrong one. Charisma.
Maybe
14.
Maybe Hamlin just starts.
It's 14 plus
Hamlin
2.
We're all good. I'm going to roll for a performance, and I am going to gather round, people, and hear the tale of Gruth, the hunter.
So the two men who were arguing, they gather around the table to hear. The lady is coming back. Now remember, there's only 2 tables here. There's the table that the 2 guys were arguing about a chicken, and there's the table you're sitting at. She brings out some steaming lobster tail for each of you, laying it out across the table. Mugs full of rice wine laid beside it. And then she sits, or she leans up against the table with her hands on the table, leaning forward. Yes, tell us of Gruth. What happened? What did he say?
Yes, we were walking through the forest, and there was a man sitting at a campfire. And immediately we knew something was special about this man. He had a kind twinkle in his eyes, and I could just tell he was loved by many in his hometown. And we began chatting, and we really got deep into some things, and finally he,
Didn't he tell you about his unfortunate, untimely death?
Yes, he was hunting rabbits, and something went horribly wrong. I think that there was magic afoot that made the arrow fly in the wrong direction.
The woman hears that, and she leans even closer. Do you think that someone did that to him?
Oh, most certainly. That is why he didn't pass on to the other realm, is somebody must be responsible for this horrible act.
So one of the 2 men from earlier leans forward to you and says, "Did he tell you that the chicken is mine? Rorik, I need you to listen. If anybody would know that, it would be Gruth. He's very familiar with our family. Did he mention the chicken?"
He did say something about a chicken.
And did he say it was mine, Sir Lash, or did he say it was my brother's, Rorik?
You know what? I think he actually said he said the chicken was Rorik's. I'm sorry. He made such a clear point to tell me that, and I didn't know what it meant until just now.
All right. So Lash gets upset. He looks very mad, and he rears back his fist and punches Rorik right in the face. Rorik comes tumbling on the table. Your lobster's flying in the air. Your rice is spilled over. The table's
I would
buckling.
like to roll for dex to make sure nothing gets on my shirt.
All right. Roll a dex safe.
Fanciest.
Oh, you take the brunt of it. It absolutely just smears all over. There's rice wine, there's lobster tail bits, and pieces of the buttery sauce running down behind the shirt, soaked through it.
I take my finger and I rub it on the vest, and I put it on my tongue. I'm like, new vest?
Oh my god. I'm saying, just for that, you hooligans, I'm not going to tell you the best part of the story. And I storm off to one of the empty tables of the restaurant.
The woman is, there's no other empty tables, but you can go over towards the bar area. The woman begins yelling for guards, and guards come in and grab the 2 men and drag them out. We'll kick you out of the town for this. You're banned. You can return next month. And they drag them out. Now, the woman has went back over to the bar now and is trying to clean and get you guys some new food prepared. She's apologized for everything that happened. As all this commotion has kind of died down, the men are dragged out. A woman walks in. She's smiling. a lot, and she walks in and walks up to the bar and begins ordering some drinks, and turns and looks at you all, and then turns back and continues talking to the dwarven woman.
I think she was looking at you, Balasar.
I look at Kravik. I'm like, read her thoughts.
Do that thing, Kravik, where you tell us if girls like us or not.
I only have
No, I don't think I will.
Or no, I don't think she likes you.
You're not going to read her thoughts?
Not at the moment.
All
no,
right.
do you really think that? Did you really say that? I think she likes me, and do I really think that? Because if not, then no, we don't do that.
Who you talking to?
No, I legitimately said that. Yes.
Oh, okay. All right, then great. Then fine. Then that'll all happen. That's great.
What do you do?
No, I think he was asking if I really said that.
We're just making sure that happened. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, go on, Balasar. You don't need a mind reader to talk to girls. Go
But
talk to her.
she just looked at us and smiled.
That's clearly asking for it.
Not every girl, not every woman that smiles at you in a bar. Talking to a friend too. I don't have that kind of confidence. If only there was someone in our party who could give someone else confidence with women. But no longer.
Yeah.
So, do we want to do stuff, or do we want to wrap it up here?
Well, we can't sleep here, but we can sleep in town and just kind of like call it for the night. I'm sure there's like
maybe we have one last drink and then we go. Where did she recommend us go to?
The Silver Flood Inn.
Silver Flood Inn it is.
All right, so you guys head there. It's a really nice place. Once you go in, the lady has already somehow been told that you guys have met Gruth. Offers you each your own individual private chambers for 10 gold apiece.
Yeah, I tell them I need cleaning done on my linens.
Yes, they promise you that they're a very distinguished, the nicest inn in Daggerford, and that you'd even be hard-pressed to find one as nice even in Waterdeep or Baldur's Gate. Everything will be freshly laid, and breakfast will be served in the morning. They'll be having poached and peppered quail eggs, which comes with the price of the room.
Wow, I'm in.
I get my Yelp review ready.
Nathan, question for you. Is there a mechanism, if we're taking a long rest,
Sure.
Is there a mechanism to switch off who is sleeping when in order to keep an eye out?
Yeah, so someone can, not do their long rest and stay awake.
But if we all did a long rest, there's no way to, stagger it so that somebody's always awake and keeping an eye out?
You could exchange for short rests between a few of you.
All right.
I'll do a short rest.
I don't need a long rest. I'm in good shape. I don't really have many.
I think all I did was banish that ghost.
Yeah, everybody's had. You got a long rest after the ghost because you guys slept.
Right. So yeah,
everybody's in pretty good shape. A short rest would be enough.
Are our rooms next to each other? Are they connecting?
Yeah, they're all lined up. They're not connecting, but they are all lined up. There's noble type people staying here. It's pretty uppity. So it doesn't look like any danger or anything.
I
don't know.
Yeah, I'm good for the day then.
And it's worth noting too that there's a lot of guards patrolling this town. It's pretty heavily fortified. Doesn't seem like a rowdy or seems like a decently well kept town. All right.
You know what?
All right.
I know. I definitely want to call it a night because I'm getting pretty tired. But I think that when we come back, I would like to go up and talk to that girl that looked at us at the bar.
Okay.
So can we do that next session?
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
Mark it down that you talked to a girl.
Not quite the cliffhanger of me throwing a punch and starting a bar fight, but dun dun dun, to be continued.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody, for coming. This was an interesting one. I'm going to be honest, I threw in the circus thing just for time because I wanted Lenore to be back before the real heavy stuff started happening. So I was hoping that would be a good little distraction. We could have a little fun with that and do some role play.
Excellent.
I had a lot of fun with it.
Faithful. We were faithful to your distraction.
Did you see Nightmare Alley? Is that what prompted this?
No.
The Turbo film?
Actually, I just really always wanted there to be a circus in D&D, so I just was like, that would be good. Let's do it.
That's really funny.
I would love it if you were just going through all like the best picture nominees, and then like next week we meet like a deaf family, and we head to a stand planet.
And then there's like a gay cowboy who was walking around with on.
Yeah. Well, you guys have made a lot. You guys have, if you look at the map, you guys have like traveled a long way. It's taken it's been 3 sessions or maybe even 4 of traveling. But you're getting close to your destination now. Yeah, this is the part that everybody absolutely hates in this campaign, but I think we've made it fun. I've had fun with it.
Liked it. I liked it.
Yeah, we had a great time.
Wait, did we sign off from the stream yet?
No, not yet. But we're going to now. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you next week on Monday as we continue the journey and we'll be picking up the pace next week. Thanks, everybody.